Okay. All right, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Are you there? Can you hear me? No, you can't hear me. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, Simon. Hello, Claire. Hello, Nonstick Nick. Hod. Hello there. Hello, Leanne. Okay, we've got 11 viewers supposedly in this thing. Let me see what we've got in the other thing here. In the other thing, dashboard. This is not the one that I wanted. Okay. As usual, I messed up the start of the show. I'm an incompetent. I have to assume I'm an incompetent. My son is here. He's going off, and he looks at me like I'm an incompetent. Am I an incompetent? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, I'm an incompetent. But today we're gonna have a really good show because it's what's today? It's Sunday. So I wouldn't call this a show. Is this a show? Do you think this is a show? I don't think this is a show. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. 12th. Yeah, there I am. 5 watching. It says 5. But on the other channel, it says 11. So who knows what the truth is? We do not know what the truth is. The truth is this. I love you. 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 I was watching a bit of yesterday's show, and I don't know why anybody would want to watch it. Would want to watch this. I don't know. Let's just fix this. Make this as good as I can make it. How is that? My hair is wet. These are dots on my shirt. Doesn't quite look that good. Anyway, hello, Joodles is here. Hello, Mark Thorosian. Simon Arnold is in the house. We got 13 viewers. Thank you very much for coming. We've got really good news for you today. Today, I cracked 78 kilograms. So I am thin and beautiful. If you want a thin and beautiful Lewis, this is as good as it's going to be. Not as good as it's going to be because it's going to get better. This is as good as it's going to get better. So we're going to talk about this. And we're going to say, stop being so fat, everybody. It's possible. But Judith made it home just in time. Hey, everybody. She doesn't care about me. She just cares about you people. All right, but I understand that. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. If you give people nothing, they're going to find it someplace else. And Alan Williams. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Wantanai Music. Hello. We love the show. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mark Thorosian, yes, well done, Lewis. Yeah, I've lost weight. I now weigh 78.9. And then I weighed myself after having breakfast. I didn't have a super huge breakfast. It's so hot. Didn't have it. Great jawline. Yeah. That's also from eating red meat. Yes, you know that. Red meat gives you a good jawline and good teeth. Rosalie Muir is back. Hello there. Is your iron broken? Whose iron? My iron? I don't know. You know what? I could check because that's something I could check. Because I had my blood tests done on Friday. Maybe it's come in. Blood tests on Friday. I love blood tests. That's the best thing about the NHS is the blood tests. There's very few things the NHS needs to do, but blood tests is one of them. And I stand by the NHS blood test. But anybody could do blood tests. You could pay money and have them done. And they, probably be cheaper in the long run. I'm not saying bad things about them. Did you enjoy the men's semis, Joe? Hey, come on, let's not be dirty here. I'm trying to get monetized. So everyone's saying hello to each other. That's so nice. Claire is saying hello to everybody. Rosalie, my dear Jesus. What does that mean, Rosalie? Rosalita, come sit by my fire. I don't want to be yours. You know that song. What song is that? That's Paul Simon. Amazing. Patient services. I'm checking to see what medical records we have. I think it's under medical records. Test results. See if anything new's come in. No. That's just it. Full blood count. Liver function tests. I don't know if anybody understands that. You can tell me. Kenny Rogers. That's not Kenny Rogers. I've been rubbish this year on Wimbledon, but just getting in at the latest moment, Nonstick Nick. Okay. Rosalie meant you're wearing a crinkly shirt I am. Because I've got two short sleeve shirts. This one I picked up at, it's an old shirt. Does it look bad? Should I change the shirt, Joodles? It's not only crinkled. It's not the color. It's been sitting in it, folded for like years. So should I change the shirt? What should I put on? A white shirt? Will I look a little bit better? Like the other day was a white shirt. Yesterday I had the lemon shirt. I don't have that many clothes. I get all my clothes at charity shops, generally speaking. I used to pay money. I used to go to Brooks Brothers. It didn't matter. My decline. My son said something so funny. This is the producer's son. He said the collapse of Western civilization matches your collapsed comedy career. So basically, if you judge how far I've come down, not that you're bad, you're good, okay? But I'm saying I once had tremendous hope. I once had hope, and now what hope do I have? Do I have hope? I don't have hope. I just have enjoyment. I have enjoyment that I enjoy being here with you, and I hope we can get some white can be draining. Color is better. Well, this is a blue shirt. Does this? I can't tell if this is. Let me see what this looks like. I guess this is the shirt. Aye, says Joodles. If he ironed them too much, his trousers would be near charred. Okay, so one thing you can say about Lewis Schaffer is he's not superior to you. I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. You're always making jokes. I don't understand. Then it's explained, and I've got to pretend, oh, I got that, I knew that, and laugh because I don't get the jokes. I don't laugh at the jokes. But I do appreciate you making jokes, and I do appreciate if you make jokes that other people like. Yesterday's show, I thought was all. I mean, is this a show? It's just me sitting here. It is a bit of a show because we have to set up the microphone. Can you see the microphone? We got to set the microphone up. What charred in Somerset? Could be near charred. Is that charred? Is there a charred in Somerset? We'll have to find out. Anyway, so we can talk about whether yesterday's show was all right. What we can do to make the show better, because it's not just me. It's up to you guys to do something. Is the show better? Show better? Make it better? Yeah, so we got that. We got the microphone here. You like the microphone? I think the microphone makes it seem professional. Hair looking good. Yeah, hey, spray starch. Yeah, I wet it down. I take about 3 showers a week now. I don't care whether you hate me. If you think, oh, Lewis Schaffer smells. That's how many showers I take. And everyone, how's it going? Says Kinsey's in the house. I'm watching this and the tennis and just seen a small aircraft crash into Southend Airport. What, they can't take boats, these people? Mark Therosian and Joodles. And Steve Cuff is in the house. That means the party's begun. I'd like to put forward something we'd each like to discuss. Just thinking, yes. Paul Morris is here from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Is it warm up there? Is it warm in Alberta? I mean, that's one of the coldest. I saw a documentary about what are you doing in Alberta, Canada? But it seemed like it's booming, kind of, sort of. That's what I gathered. Is Alberta, Canada booming? There's 2 cities in Alberta. What's Calgary and Edmonton? Are those the 2 cities? 2 big cities, and basically people founded Alberta very late in life. I think it was founded like 100 and something years ago. That's what the North was founded late. Anyway, so Claire says, hi, Paul. Yes, the weather is just like London. Seeing family and old friends. Business seems good. Correct on the cities. Yeah, thank you. That's why Paul is a good friend. Because he knows if I ask a question, I really actually want a bit of information. Calgary, the mic's becoming the star of the show. Is it too much, do you think, Alan Williams, the microphone? Is the microphone. You see, my friend, I don't know. There's something about my head. I don't think my head is on right. I think that's a bit better. This stuff is very recent. Can you see this? It's recent. I used to be quite firm. Quite firm. Anyway, Lewis still doing non-Celsius, 75 degrees. Yeah, 75 degrees. It's not 75 degrees here in London. I think it's warmer than that. My thing says it was 27 degrees. Let's find out what the temperature is. I've got an app for that. Yeah, Claire loves the map. Claire is loving. It says the high here in Manhattan is 28 degrees. It's not raining. South End Airport is 1 mile away from me. What was with the crash there? I hope no one. I don't care. Oh my FG, that plane exploded. That plane exploded is at the South End Airport. Let's see what it says about the South End Airport. South End Airport. Let's see what it says with the news. Okay, South End Airport. Plane crashes with a huge fireball seen after takeoff. Huge fireball seen in the South End as public asked to keep away. It doesn't say. Explosion. Plane crash. Oh, it was a big plane. It looks like it was a, whatchamacallit? Or was it a big plane? I couldn't tell if it's a big plane or not. I haven't seen this plane thing yet. Anyway, well, that's the kind of show this is. You get the latest news. It took off and burst into flames. Maybe it was... Chard is in Somerset, says What Nice Music. Nearly every shift I have to take the doc here. They eat too many carbs, obesity, heart disease, and blood sugar stuff. Yeah, well, except for our group here, we're going low carb. Last night, I said to myself, I'm going to get a slice of pizza. And I was speaking to my friend Russ, and he said to me, Lewis, just imagine you're eating the pizza. Imagine it's the best pizza in the entire world with pepperoni, so much, oil on top, so much fat on top. It's absolutely delicious. And that's 75%. That's 75%. Okay, of the enjoyment right there is just thinking about it. So instead of me going down to the shop and having a £5.40 slice of pizza, if I was in New York, that's even shocking for, Okay. Steve Cuff is on digestive biscuits, Guinness, and rice pudding in a bowl. Yeah, bad. Maybe you don't care. I forgot whether you're fat or not. I ask all these questions, but I don't really care that much. But so I didn't have it, and then this morning I woke up, and I weighed myself, and I adjusted my weight for 12 noon every day. A pilot I cycled with, told us that on most planes the dashboard lights up like a Christmas tree every time. They're just used to it. Is that like all the problems that the plane has? Yeah, they say you got to fly the plane. I guess you got to do. If it sounds like it's okay, it's probably okay. Is that what you're saying, Joodles? Anyway, so like I weigh myself based on 12 o'clock. So if I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I want to weigh myself because I'm obsessed with this, I have to take off 600 kilograms, 100 kilograms for every hour of the day. Because I basically need 2,400 kilograms. Is anybody following this? 2,400 kilograms in order to maintain my weight. Okay? Hey, Rianne, how are you? Digestive biscuits are the best. First of all, as biscuits go, they're not the best. They're dry and crunchy. They're not the best biscuits. But, if you haven't had a biscuit in a while, if you're English back in the war, they were good. My van is like that. If I hear a weird noise, I turn the radio up. It's 18 degrees. Thank you. Simon is always telling us what it is in northernmost Scotland. 18 degrees, which is, how much is 18 degrees? It's like about 66 degrees or something. Jaffa cakes are a lot better. They are a lot better. Yeah. So yeah. Let's say I wake up. Let's say I wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning and I weigh myself. I will weigh 200 grams, not kilos, 200 grams more than I will at 12 noon. So I have to take that off. This morning I woke up and I weighed myself at 11 o'clock in the morning and I took off 100 grams. Plus, because I have not made a I don't think you need to know this. I took off another 200 grams. So, and then I adjusted for an extra 100 gram. I love Jaffa cakes, but are they a cake or a biscuit? Well, that's a really good question. I think they're more of a cake, but they're biscuit sized. There you go. Yeah, biscuit size. It's a biscake. It's a biscake, says Claire. Yeah, it's good stuff. So that's what I do. I weigh myself every day. And now, because I've been on a winning streak for a while, I've been under 80 kilograms. Lewis, what? Yeah, Pooh. Yeah, Pooh. Hey, Tiddles is here. Hey, Tiddles. That's a fun name, Tiddles. That's a really fun name. Anyway, because I've been under 80 grams for about 5, 6, 7 days. Yeah, Claire weighs herself every day. Yeah. Because I've been under that weight, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about myself. Do I still need to lose a bit more weight? I'm not going to be handsome because as you get older, the fatter you are, the rounder, the smoother your face is. Maltese Phil is in the house. Maltese Phil. Hello, lucky people. We are lucky to have Maltese Phil. We are discussing a plane crash, which is bound to happen because planes go up and they fall down, or maybe it's terrorists. Joe nuts, Jaffa cakes are too tasty, and many new flavors. Yeah, they're really tasty. This is Claire always saying something nice about Lewis Schaffer. I don't know whether she believes it, but she's always saying something nice about her. Okay, there was a famous court case about this. They're cakes for tax purposes. Yeah, but they're not really. Yeah. That's why we got to get rid of taxes, because of these kind of exceptions. Do you agree with me, Alan? Let's get rid of taxes. There was an AI. Was it an AI? Excuse me, ma'am. Lucianne is here. Lucianne. Welcome, Lucianne. Welcome back, Lucianne. We are happy. Are we happy to see Lucy? We are happy to see Lucy. Okay, so that's our news with that, which is I am thin, and I'm going to be thinner tomorrow, and I'm going to be thinner because I want to weigh 75 kilograms, whatever that is. You can multiply it by 2.2, which is 150 plus 15 is 165 pounds. Is that too little? Is that too much? Oh, AI. Oh, you got names for everything. AI, okay. Like whatever you call, what's his name? Half Armenian, that thing. In this heat, we'll all be thinner tomorrow. If we don't eat that much, that's true, Steve. We'll all be all thinner tomorrow. Well, everybody always wakes up thinner. That's why you got to weigh yourself at one particular time. Has anybody lost any weight? Besides, I think Claire mentioned something. Plane crashes. Hey, I booked a flight to Barcelona in February. Yeah, so what are you going to do, not go? Claire wears the crown of weight loss. Yeah, she's into it. I mean, I want to be thin and beautiful so that you girls love me. The heat is making me bloated, and it's pissing me off. It's not making you bloated, Lucianne. It's because you're on a high-carb diet, and you need to stop that. And you want to improve everything. You've got to go on a low-carb diet. I don't care. I mean, is it wrong for me to say you're not? Maybe you are bloated, but the way to stop bloatation is by eating a low-carb diet. It's not that complicated. It's because I have had midget gems for breakfast, isn't it? Did you have midget gems for breakfast? Because what is midget gems? It's a candy. It's a sugar. We should all meet there, eh? Tapas, cervezas, and pickpockets. Where in Spain? Barcelona. Yeah, well, Barcelona's a bit too city-ish for me. It's a bit too large for me to meet there. I was just in Maltese Fell. I was like in Malta. It's like a city, but it doesn't seem too large. What are you laughing, Lucianne? You had midget gems. We don't call them midget gems. We call them what's the new name for that? Pickpockets Capital, Phil. See you there. Yeah, it's probably a good place to drink. I used to work near Barcelona. It's too hot to eat. I ate very little yesterday. Yeah, it was really hot. It's not that hot today, but it is a bit. Are you hot? Are you hot? Are you hot, director, producer?
Huh?
Are you hot?
Yeah, it's hot.
It is hot in here, and I basically can't keep the window open. I got to close the window. Yes, 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 I know, 8 stone 10 years ago, and I've just lost 3 stone. I'm not proud of this. Okay, we'll keep on going. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Mini gems. Careful, you'll end up in jail. Yeah. Yeah, well, you were the one who said you ate them. You know, you said you ate them. We can't use the word midget for anything. You know, anything, even midgies up in Scotland. What do they call those things? Those Scottish people. I mean, but it's also bad to be very short. To be short. So maybe we should be nicer to the short people, especially the men. Women don't really care if they're super short. Women don't care, but men do. Men do. But you're going off in February, but that's a long time away to go. Menopause can make you feel bloated. Don't hit me. Is that true? Might be true. Can make you feel bloated. But what is bloated? Where does the water go that makes you bloated? What's already in there to make you feel that way? What is bloated? Let's look that up. Can we do a little research, everybody? What is body bloated? I'm looking. I'm going to look myself. Possibly salt, but yeah, it could be that. Bloating is where your tummy feels full and uncomfortable. It's very common, and there are things you can do to ease it. But see a GM if something. What causes full body bloating? Some foods can cause it, along with not drinking enough water, sudden changes in your diet or stress. It can usually passes on its own. But they're not saying exactly what it is. It's a feeling. But exercise and the over-the-counter drugs can help. See your doctor if it lasts more than a few days. Let's figure out water retention. Where is the water being stored in this water retention thing? Is it being stored in the cells? Is it being stored as fat? Is it being stored in between the cells? Mark J., where is it being stored? The blood pressure tablets add weight. Bloated could be wind or fluid. So in other words, they're not quite sure what it is. It's just like a feeling. It's just like a feeling. Peas in a pod, says Joodles. Bloating, eh? I just got someone to pull your finger. Yeah, maybe it's farting. Is that what you're saying, Malteseville? It could be. Let's see if there's a better example. What are the 5 signs of bloating? Okay, let's just start there. Your tummy feels full or bigger than normal. Well, it could be because you're eating a high-carb diet and your body doesn't digest the carbs, and so you've got a lot of gas in there because it can't digest it. Okay? All right? So there you go. You have tummy pain or discomfort. Well, that comes from eating a high-carb diet. Yeah. That's where it comes from eating a high-carb diet. I think fish get it, and then they call it dropsy. I don't know. Maybe I got that completely wrong. I don't think that sounds true. Anyway, your tummy is rumbling or making noises. So, I mean, not that the NHS is going to tell you about carbs, because that goes against their money stream. They don't want to tell you about carbs. But you're farting more than normal. Where does farting come from? It comes from eating carbs, and your body can't digest the fiber and the sugar. It makes you fart. I don't fart at all. I do not fart. I'm going on record as saying that. I do not fart at all because I do not eat carbs. Here's 5 reasons. The answer to each is carbs. Yes, thank you, Joodles. The answer is carbs. And you eliminate carbs, you'll feel a lot better. You won't have the bloating. Okay? I'm never eating carbs again, Lewis Schaffer. So just so I don't have to listen to this lecture ever again. You can see the voice she's saying this in. Yeah, and she's laughing. She's saying, "I'm being funny, Lewis. Don't feelings." I actually seriously didn't mean it like that. What did you not mean, Steve Cuff? Okay. I know kombucha. I had kombucha this morning for the first time. It tasted like slightly fizzy, weak vinegar. Kombucha. What's the point? I never even heard of kombucha. Is that like kombucha? It won't matter, Lucianne. The convos will continue. Yeah, until we're totally sure about kombucha. Yes, I was right, kombucha. Yeah, those are things you don't need. The Japanese people need that. We do not need those kind of foods. And it's not going to save you. What saves us is eating an all-meat diet. Joodles. But know that you put the thought in my head. Okay, all right. Hello. So here's Lucy. Lucy, number 1 or number 2. Hello. So we're talking about farting today. Yeah, we are. Well, we could talk about farting. And if you have a high-carb diet, if you're a vegan, if you eat fiber, if you believe in the myth, the lie about fiber, you're going to be farting. You're going to be farting, and burping also is related to that. And we have found out it also means bloated. That's what bloating means. I thought it meant, like, where is the bloat? Where is it? Kombucha sounds like a tropical disease. Well, all those, I think, is kombucha. What is kombucha again? Isn't that made from tea or something? So is bran bad, says, Mark J. asks. Who knows if bran is bad? I know. You do not eat bran because it's got high fiber. It rips your kishkas out. You're farting. It's not good. Bran is not good. I know it sounds amazing. I used to eat it. I used to put it on everything. Everything that we eat today that the NHS tells us is good for us, I bought into that. So I'm not buying into it anymore. It's all a bunch of lies. Claire C. has kind of a smiley face there. Small regular eating might help. No. Zingo, welcome Zingo into the house. She never eats bran. Small regular eating is bad for you too because it keeps the insulin pumping. You should just have one or like what does Claire eat? Didn't you tell us, Claire, that you don't eat anything past 2:00 in the afternoon? Yeah. I mean, I basically have a meal at 12 or 1, and then I might eat at 10 o'clock at night. So I basically eat for 12 hours. I used to eat. I couldn't go a single minute without eating. I am never eating again. Never eating again. Yeah, never eating again. Yeah. Never eating again. Yeah, you shouldn't eat. You want to be thin. You want to be happy. That's the most important thing. Don't eat again. Don't eat again. Jules is laughing. Jules is laughing at the Lucianne. She's on the women's team. I don't like women making jokes. This is Lewis Schaffer. I'm the funny one. I'm kidding, Jules. I'm kidding. Don't kill me. You can tell me the long story, Lucy. This stream is normally 3 hours. Yeah. 3 hours of absolutely nothing. You told me I was funny. I did tell you that, but I don't want you to be funny in public. On this stream. And the other Lucy is also funny, and Jules is very funny. It's not that yeah, I did tell you you're funny, but I didn't say, I didn't give you permission, I'm taking my socks off, permission to be publicly funny. Okay? There you go. You can laugh at that all you want to. The hilarious bit is that you're only half joking, Lewis. Yeah, that's why I'm one of the funniest people in the world. Because I'm half serious. So when I say something, it hits people, and they go, yeah, he must be a little serious about that. Lucianne, you certainly won't if you go to the Philippines and catch kombucha. That's also funny, Dee. Dee, yeah. I mean, I'm half joking. I do like women who are funny, kind of. I eat toast, is what Claire C. with no butter. That's not good. You should just eat the butter with no toast. Lunch is a scone. Yeah, you said this. That's no good either. A scone is horrible. And dinner is 4 ounces of home-cooked spaghetti bolognese. Is that 4 ounces? What does that mean? Does that include the pasta in there? It's not enough protein. Dinner is, and chili con carne. So you have 4 ounces of pasta. Those are 3 things you should not have. I think I told you that before. Curry, no snacks ever, and don't eat after 2 p.m. But then again, Claire, most people cannot eat the way you eat. I'm trying to eat like Claire is eating. I'm trying to be fixed and eat less and be thin and beautiful. Here we effing go. Is that what you're saying? What is it? What is that? Aye, aye, says Lucianne. Okay, I'm having pork for tea. Okay, that's good. Dinner. I understand that. Dinner. Like the good 1/4 Jew that I am. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, no, I eat pork too, but I don't eat that much of it. I don't eat that much pork. Do you guys eat pork? I think eat meat protein. Is that what you're saying, Simon? Or just eat protein? Eat meat. Jim Johnson's here. Remember, the court jester was the only person on court allowed to criticize the king and not get beheaded. So edgy is great, yeah. Yeah, and that guy, George Monbiot, who basically said that, accusing people of being clowns or court jesters or whatever they are. But that's what we need. We need people to be clowns and court jesters. Yeah. So the point I want to make, I was making a point. Eat protein. Eat protein. No, not 4 ounces of pasta. Well, so what does that mean? That's 4 ounces is only about 110 grams. It's not very much. Anyway, I'm sitting here just eating eggs. Feels so right during the show. Yeah, well, are they cooked eggs? I had 3 eggs this morning, 4 eggs, and they were running. That's what I had, and I actually cooked because it wasn't above. It was like 70, whatever it was, and I had 4 runny egg yolks, because I cooked the bottom of it to, the white bit. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Raw yolks, Lewis. Yeah, that's what I'm eating. I eat raw yolks and raw beef. Though today I had 2 Cumberland sausages. You can go to the website. You can go to see Lewis. Whoa. I didn't knock it over. Nothing was knocked over. It wasn't like the other day. Nothing was knocked over. Okay, why don't you eat the whites of the eggs? Because they've got something called alidin or anidin or something that some people are allergic to. Because I eat so many eggs and the whites do not have as much protein and other good stuff as the yolks. So that's why I don't eat the eat the egg whites. And I just eat the yolks. 5 to 10, 12 yolks a day. Okay. Bloody Mike. What about the Bloody Mike? Steve Cuff. Comfortable. Who are you saying comfortable to, Luciana? You're feeling comfortable. Yep. And this is what Jim Johnson says. He lives in North Texas. Yep. I'm trying to get back to intermittent fasting. I like the window from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Helps my blood sugar immensely. Yeah, but it would really help your blood sugar immensely not to eat any carbs. Yeah, only eating a shorter period of time is okay, but don't eat carbs, Jim Johnson. Anybody going to Texas, you go look Jim Johnson up, right, Jim? Why? Okay, what do you have to go? Those were not Cumberland sausages. Well, the package said they were, and they tasted like Cumberland sausages. They weren't. They looked like a bit like bratwurst because what I did was I boiled them first, and then I fried them a little bit. And Lucy doesn't know what the rule is. Let's tell Lucy, if you go, you could send me a message, whatever. Lucy's one of the few people that I've actually know, really, personally, but I feel I know most of you people. It's like a crime watch, but at the end, don't eat carbs. Yeah, everything is like that. We want to be happy. I think I'm much happier than I used to be, and I'm really miserable. I'm unbelievably miserable. That Woody Allen film where he is dressed up as a court jester, the king, He's a strong man, such a strong man. He's the only man I know who can swim the moat lengthwise. Is that the Woody Allen film? The king, he's a strong man, such a strong man. He's the only man I know who can swim the moat lengthwise. I don't know what does that mean. Crime Watch. I like Crime Watch. I don't think I've seen it in about 20 years. I'm not sure I've even seen it. It's on the BBC. I don't watch the BBC. I refuse to watch the BBC. So when they knock on my door and they say, "We've heard you watch the BBC," I can say, "I don't watch your BBC," and you can just, arrest me if you want to. No. Agree on carbs, Jim Johnson. It's difficult to avoid hidden carbs, but it can be done. What do you consider a hidden carb? You know. Okay, Maltese says hi. Laugh out loud, D. Maltese Phil says, "Oh, look at the image that you said. It's like a crocodile or something." Odd, it was stopping me posting. What is that all about? What is that all about? But what additives in sauces? It's all over the place. Well, yeah. Well, don't eat sauces. Stop. Why do you need to eat sauces? I stopped eating sauces when I started to eat meat raw. I don't eat much ketchup or mayonnaise. Mayonnaise doesn't have much sugar in it. But you shouldn't eat those things. Ghost in the machine. There's a ghost in this machine. Maybe they're doing this deliberately to mess me up because I am, as the producer said, is that my personal collapse actually mimics the collapse of the world, the Western world. Okay. Hey, Adam. Hey, Adam is here. Let's give Adam a round of applause. Good to see you, Adam Hudson. It's like Hudson, but with a T. Where are the places you've learned about the diet knowledge? I remember you mentioning a study on GB News about Oreos being good for you. I didn't believe it, but found the study online. What do you think? I'm like lying? I'm telling you all sorts of things. It's not good for you. It just can lower your cholesterol level, which people say is good for you, but it's not good for you. That's what he was trying to show. He was trying to show you think it's good for you. Well, it's not good for you. Don't eat Oreos. It's all there. Google carnivore diet. There's a million. And I watch my messages haven't been appearing. Oh, that's not good. That's good, but it's appearing now. Jules, thank God someone liked it. And Jules is laughing at D. I'm glad Jules is having a good time. I'm glad she's having a good time. I'm glad she's here to begin with. That's what I'm glad. She's here. Anyway, what was I saying? Well, what did you want to know, Adam? This is what I say to all of us. There's so much information out there. This YouTube is amazing. And there's other stuff too on Rumble and Locals, whatever. And there's so many people that once you start following, you'll say to yourself, you know who I like? I like Sven Ekberg. I like Ivor Cummings. I like Ken Berry. I like Kevin Stock for your teeth. Get a book called Lies My Doctor Told Me About Ken Berry. Yes, exactly. I didn't read it, but I like that guy. And I like his wife, too. So there's your answer right there, Richard B. Richard B. knows his stuff. I thank you very much. Judel said something I can't really understand. That beautiful there, Steve. Is that a song? Judels is very loving. She lives up in the north. Would you call where you live? You told us before. I don't want to reveal it. Is that the north? That's not the Midlands, or is that the west? That's not quite the Midlands? Would you call where you live the Midlands? Jess Franco's here. Ivor Biggin. Who is Ivor Biggin? Not Ivor Cummings. Jim Johnson says my wife still believes the Team World story about consuming cholesterol raises your cholesterol. But it's sugar and carbs. Yeah, people believe that. I believe that too. And I go into the doctor, and the doctor would say, you can't eat meat. But over time, I was convinced. And that's how I learned that those people are idiots, right? Yeah. So, people you love, people here probably think that I'm joking or whatever, and I might be wrong. Is it called the East Midlands? Okay. Is it the northern East Midlands? Possibly. Okay, so he lives in the East Midlands. Who lives in the East Midlands? You can maybe find a friend in Judels. Popstar 70s from memory. Quite out there. What does that mean? Okay, thanks for appreciating Steve Cuff. So the point I'm making is we've got to learn as much as we need to learn about everything. And the information's out there. And I also watched a ton of stuff on veganism, like vegan deterioration. That's somebody. I watched that Mick guy, or is it Mike guy? And I just said, you know what he says is not true, and he's looking worse and worse every year. And then I met Sean Baker. That guy, he's looking great. I met him in person. And then, you know who he was with? He was with the guy, Assam Malhotra, talking about cholesterol and stuff like that. But the news used to say cheese is good. Then a few months later, said it was bad. Then it's to be good again. Never knew if it was good or bad. Well, you ask Lewis Schaffer. Most cheese is good for you. Is good for you. Especially the hard cheese. I eat a little bit of hard cheese every single day. Lewis, I had liver disease, and the NHS told me to eat a low-fat, high-carb diet, and I told them I was going to eat meat and eggs. They told me it wouldn't work, and I got rid of it in 3 months. Richard B. knows his stuff. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. I had kidney problems. I still do. And they said, don't do. That's the NHS. You can't believe those people. But I'm not a doctor. I live in this country, but you got to believe what you got to believe, right? Cheese strings. Well, I do eat tons of cheese strings. I buy mozzarella, bars of mozzarella. Do you like mozzarella, producer? He's not even listening to me. Yeah, cheese strings are great. Melted cheese. I remember when mozzarella came into America. I remember. I believe in that. So, Richard B., where do you live again, Richard B.? Don't you live in the South Coast, Richard B.? Can you put your picture up there? I don't even know why, but just the B's. The R, maybe the R. I miss Crocs. Yeah, you do. I miss Crocs, too. I can't stand mozzarella. This is what Maltese Phil says. It's like chewing rubber. Yeah, it's probably not that good for you because it's like instant cheese. You're probably right. It's not bad for you, maybe. No, you live in Islington. That's right, Islington. Ladies, you want to come visit London, you come stay with Richard B. Are you clean, Richard B.? We should talk about that. Are you a mess like Lewis Schaffer? I'm not really a mess. Am I a mess, producer? Is this house a mess? Hello? He's not even listening to me. No. You live in Islington in London. Okay. I brought a cookbook for my vegan friend. It was leather bound. They said they couldn't accept it. Too heavy for them to lift. It's a good joke. It's sad. Veganism is so sad. That's true. Very, very sad. How many showers do you have a week, Richard B? I have about 3 showers, but I use a bit of soap, but I don't wash my hair. My house is spotless, laugh out loud, because it's up for sale. Yeah, okay, well, there you go. It's spotless. So if you want to stay with Richard, okay, you have 3 or 4 showers. I used to shower every single day. Every single day. And then I saw this guy. What was the guy's name? Not Richard Harris. What's the guy's name? Harris? His name is Johnny Harris. And he said he didn't wash his hair. He didn't wash his hair at all because it's stupid to wash your hair. To put moisturizer in there. It's absolutely stupid. So I stopped doing it. And then I realized, this is a clean shirt today. It's taken off all the smelly stuff. And I don't even, you know what, because I'm 68, I don't really have that much smelly stuff. But a lot of the girls like the smelly stuff. I think you shouldn't wash all the oils off your body every day. These are people who are agreeing with Lewis Schaffer. Yes, Richard B., yes. If you want to stay with Richard, he won't be there. Why won't he be there? Is that a joke? You're making a joke. Joodles. Claire is laughing at Joodles. Another funny girl. We're against girls being funny. I shower most days, but agree with you. This is what Steve Cuff says. It's hard to get used to not showering because I thought to myself, my hair looks a bit, because and if you sleep on your hair, if it has any extra oils in it, it goes into the blanket, and then you wash it. Because he sold his house, Lewis. Yeah. Did you sell your house? Did he say he sold his house? Because it's up for sale. He didn't say he sold his house. Your hair looks great again. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. Maybe Joodles. What are you looking at, smiling? The director. I speak to him. He doesn't even reply to me. It's so humiliating. Yes, you can.
It takes a second.
So just respond. Say, can you repeat that? Hello, Kerry. Kerry's in the house. So, Joodles, it's not sold yet. He has not sold his house, Richard B. Okay. Kerry's in the house. We're all wishing Kerry a big round of applause. Are we not? You want to keep the fan on and put Put it down next to me so the fan, if you can face it in this direction. I've lost two fans. Yeah, that's good. 2 fans that's really good. 2 fans in the past week. Are you leaving? My son is taking his tennis. You can't believe what this kid looks like with the tennis rackets. I'm so pleased with him. He's not bad looking. He's not a bad looking, but he's 24, so you got to. He doesn't want to go with an older. I don't know whether he wants to go out with an older woman or not. Don't go out with him. I'm pissing myself at this today. You're all hilarious. What did you say? Warming when? When you move. Well, okay, I missed something. Hi, Lewis. So hello, Carrie. Hello, beautiful, beautiful Carrie. Beautiful, beautiful Carrie. Are you leaving? He's got the tennis rackets in his hand. He's got a new haircut.
I do have a...
It's not a new haircut. Also, this is what D.D. Plectum says. It stimulates the sebaceous gland in your hair follicles. What does? A shower? Fans? No. Let's get back on track. I had to get rid of 2 fans because they were both broken. I tried to fix them, and they were both broken. Okay, so I threw them out. Okay? All right? D.D. Plectum says, what stimulates the sebaceous glands in your hair follicles? I had a subsebaceous cyst on my back. I had to have 2 surgeries to have it removed. I got a hole in my back. I didn't want surgery to, has anybody had a sebaceous cyst? That comes from diabetes, too much blood sugar. Google it yourself. Diabetes causes, I had a lump on my back. It was so ugly. And then I had a surgery. And in order to cut it out, they couldn't just cut it out and put, they had to make a hole. It was a hole, a square. I don't care if you don't love me anymore, Claire or Judels or Carrie. I don't care. I had a hole in my back. It was about that big, square. If you can picture this, that big and square. And it had to grow together in order to heal itself. So they couldn't just fold. It wasn't like normal surgery where you could just fold the skin and put a thing in the middle. No, it was horrible. You're going to shower after pissing yourself. Yeah. So what does it say? I've already had one today because I'm not a tramp. No, you don't have to have a shower every day. I used to think so. Sebaceous cysts are 2 words in English, are the worst 2 words in English language. Yes, cyst and yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But nobody told me it was caused by eating too much sugar. I had type 2 diabetes. Okay? My daughter's mom has one. They aren't easy on the eye. Yeah, they're gross. I mean, this was in my back, so no one noticed it. But unless you were having sex with me. So, in other words, no one noticed. It's caused by extra blood sugar, Mark Thorosian. Yes, it is. Google sebaceous cyst and blood sugar. Google it. Google it. What H.A. said. Anyway, that's what it is. And we still love you. Thank you, Claire. I appreciate that. But I don't have it anymore. I don't have it. I still, and I was gonna have it all over. I had a thing on my chest somewhere where, see, I got a lump there, but it hasn't grown. It's just like a lump. It's not even a cyst. It's not a cyst. I don't even know what it is, but it's right. Can you see that? Can you see that right there? It's not even anything. You wouldn't even notice it. But it's caused by diabetes. I thought it was caused by too much oil on the skin. No, Rianne, they're lying to you. Sebaceous cysts are very nasty, 7 centimeters by 5 centimeters in my groin. Deep skin dry, use soap only. Took a week to drain. Yeah, well, that's pretty gross. And where do you get this from? You get it from high carb diabetes. Can you please stop saying cysts, Judels? Okay. You got to listen to Judel. She knows. She's very sensitive. Judel is very sensitive. I know, Mark, and it's bad manners. My kids aren't allowed phones in the table. What did you say? I didn't read what you said. I don't know what you said. Did you say that before? Where did you say that, Mark? Mark. No, oils are good. Oils are good. I'm going to say it again. Oils are good. They're good. You want to be moist. And you know what? You know what's moist? Cholesterol. You want to take a pill to eliminate your moistness? You want to be moist down there, ladies? You want to be rock hot, whatever it is up there? Yeah. Sensitive, my arse. Peachy. What does that mean, Steve Cuff? I mean, I could show you the form which said I had this surgery done. Kerry wants me to stop because you're eating. I'm sorry. Moist. Yeah, that's what we need to be. I'm 68 years old, and I'm not as moist as I used to be. But a lot of it is my own damn fault for eating all those horrible foods and basically accepting the medical profession. Kerry, you're loving this. Haha. That's what Mark Thor Rosian says. I also had a cyst on my back. That was so painful. Yeah. So what are you doing now? Are you on a low-carb diet, Mark? Come on, tell us. I'm not Mark. I mean Simon. Are you on a low-carb diet? Moist and well, you need both of those things to get together. You need the girls, and the boys too. We want to be moist and rock hard, or whatever we want to do. Thorosian, yes, Thorosian. Judith, you're right. Let's stop. I insist. That's a joke by D.D. Plectum. Thank you, D.D. Don't always believe the doctors, says Zingo. Don't ever believe the doctors. They're lying to you. They don't know anything. Moistest. The moistest. They're lying. I mean, I feel bad what I'm saying. Can your sons hear this? My son left just now, and he can. Let him hear it. Let him hear it, Kerry. Why shouldn't my son hear this? You're hearing this. Because nobody hears this. So you go in and say, I got sebaceous cyst. It's caused by oily hair things. It's not your fault. Yeah, it's your fault. Do you eat a high-carb diet, Simon? Come on, let's be honest. You do. We know you do. You do. You're not your son. Yeah, my son is 24 years old. He's an adult. He tells me stuff that I don't want to hear. I love mommy more. So I'm telling him this. He doesn't say that. I don't know if he says that. But he talks to his mother. So that means I'm a good dad. I'm not your son. I'm not a good dad for that, but he talks to his mother. I'm not your son. I know you're not my son. Well, what should I do? Should we not be talking about this? Should we not be talking about the medical conditions that I personally have that I don't have anymore at a much older age because I stopped eating carbs, eating sugars? What should I do? I love mommy more. Yeah, that's what my son said. He didn't say that, but he talks to his mother on the phone. Apostrophe police for Kerry. What did Kerry? She did. I rarely eat. Period. No. What did you say? I'm not your. Yes, Kerry. I'm not. What did you do wrong there? I'm not your son. You. No, that's right. I'm not your son. No, she is right. Sorry, Kerry. She said she did it right. There's no need for you or our song. He was great when Moises, Richard B. says, moist, rock hard, and the unmentionable spotted. I'm fanning myself, says Joodles. All right, there we go. Nice to think about that. Nice to think that Joodles is fanning herself. No, it's fine, Lewis. You can talk about anything. I love your voice. Okay, I'm speaking directly to you. I love that you said I love your voice. I love being loved. It's really nice. I really do appreciate it. I got off the prescription meds and feel so much better, Maltese Phil says. Yeah, me too. I stopped it. I was on those blood pressure pills. And I just said, no, I'm not taking them anymore. Now they were giving me more and more. And they gave me cream to put on my body because I had psoriasis. I was on a sleep apnea machine. Okay. Yeah, very bad. I love Kerry. Thank you very much. I'm right. Thank you very much. I admit that you're right, and I apologize for jumping down your throat because, whatever. Yeah, this is what Claire says. She could also listen to Lewis all day, talking all day. And I love to talk to you guys. I love to talk to Kerry. I love to talk to Claire. I love to talk to Steve. Richard B., I love to talk to you. Lewis, I like it most when you talk about the Angles, the Saxons, the Jutes, and the Picts. Yeah. Well, that's another thing I'm totally obsessed with, is this country. And who's going to fight for this country? But you see how I just got upset there. I shudder and get upset. I'm not from this country. My kids are Anglo-Saxons, Jutes, Welsh, Celts. You know, my neighbor was Nigerian, but he lived here long enough and he loved the country, and that's what we need. We got to fight for this country. Here's a question, Lewis, says Joodles, who loves the sound of my own voice. What do you think your top 5 strengths are? Your voice appears to be hitting number 1. I don't think I've got any strengths. I mean, I still have a bit of hair. I mean, it's not as much as it used to be. I've got hair. Well, what do you think that they are, Joodles? You've watched me for 33 shows, except for parts of stuff you didn't watch. But what do you think mine are? We do listen to him talking all day, Claire, yeah. I mean, is my talking the best thing? I don't think so. I listen to it. I just sound horrible. I had to go to speech therapy. What is your best quality? I like all that too. What do you like? It was fake. It was AI. What are you saying, Steve Cuff? Just to get more likes on TikTok. What did we say? What were you saying, Steve? I have a bit of everything in me. Yeah, I would say don't have everything. Have red meat. Have raw eggs. Have hard cheese. Have lamb. Lamb is really good. Raw lamb, or at least cooked on the outside. You're funny, Lewis. That's strength number 2. Okay, I've been told that. I don't feel funny. I don't feel funny. The Red Sea. What is the Red Sea? Okay. I think it's crazy that you base your strengths on what you look like. As Judge Judy says, beauty fades. Yeah, but a lot of the beauty that fades doesn't need to fade. Doesn't need to fade. I mean, yeah, doesn't need to fade. You can be older and beautiful if you take care of yourself. But if you're fat, you're not going to be that good looking. So I'm not going to like you if you're fat. And you're going to say, well, why don't you like me for me and not what I look like? I'm saying because when a person is fat, they're telling me they don't care about themselves and they don't care about me because you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Okay? Judge Judy is amazing. She's a New York Jew. A smart New York Jewish woman. Inner beauty can stay. You know what? No, that's bullshit. Bullshit. If you get fat, you're telling me I don't love you, Lewis. I hate to say it. It's a horrible thing to say, but that's what it tells me. I don't, because Welsh, Irish, English, but I live in Scotland. Yeah, in the northern part of Scotland. That's amazing, yeah. Am I wrong to say this? Let's take care of ourselves. And then what happens? Let's say you get fat, you get sick. I got to take care of you. I've got to take care of you. I don't want to take care of you. I can barely take care of myself. Am I right about this, Joodles? Beauty isn't so important. You know what? It is important. It is important. It isn't important. Beauty is important. You know, I'm not saying you got to fake it with makeup, but I think we need to be thin. You need to be healthy. Your opinion is never wrong. It's your opinion. Well, it's a lot of guys' opinions. They want to go out with a slender girl who doesn't eat carbs so they don't get a sebaceous cyst on their back. You look better now, Lewis, than you did at that Peter Sutcliffe photo. Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. Where's the Peter Sutcliffe photo? But the point is, I'm healthier now. So back in the day, I couldn't even walk around. Do you ladies want to be with a guy who can't walk around because his feet hurt? Because he can't move his shoulder? Do you find that attractive? Well, I don't want to be with you if your feet can't move because you've been eating a high-carb diet. Don't tell me, oh, you just happened to get that. No. Maybe it's not, it's not shared by most people. I don't care if this is the best, this is one of my better qualities. I don't care if you disagree. I do care if you disagree with me. It was really painful when you disagree with me, Joodles. But people, let's take a vote on this. Should we take a vote? What I'm saying is people should take care of their bodies. They should take care of their bodies because we don't want to be taking care of you. My hair is my best feature. I keep the bedroom window closed in case it escapes. Okay, very funny too. No, I like a bit of meat on my women, Lewis. Yeah, a bit of meat. How much meat do you need? You know, I mean, there's different kinds. I'm not saying you have to be super, super skinny. Okay, but, you know, you don't have to be. But you shouldn't be fat. I'm sorry, does that mean I feel hurt? My feet hurt a lot. is they are so thin. No, it's not from thin feet. It's not from thin feet. I never dated a fatty in my life, says Dr. Sexy. Welcome in the house. Well, I have. I was mad. You know what it is? I have. And you can love a... What? And Claire is super skinny. That's the right answer. Am I sounding horrible now? Are you going to turn against me the same way you turned against me before? I'd take a funny, kind, loving fat man in a wheelchair over a model who has no personality. You can have both. You can be good looking, thin, and you can be fat. You can be loving and kind and funny. It isn't as simple as that with rosy cheeks. What signals? Did I miss something here? Nate? No, I'm right. Well, Zingo, where's the punctuation? Zingo, are you a foreigner in the country? Is English not your first language? Because you wrote Y-O-U-R instead of Y-O-U. You are right. You are right. You are right. This is what I believe. I don't know. How many of you people disagree with me? And not the women. I didn't like that size zero pressures in the model industry. That made women ill because of the bullying. Because of the bullying? No, because they were eating too little food. You know, they're on vegan diets maybe back in the day. I'm not really into Harry Potter, says Carrie. Is English your first language? You're screaming. Yeah, because I've told Zingo before. Wow, sorry. I've said before, Y-O-U-R. Zingo, Y-O-U-R. The bigger the cushion, the better the pushing, ancient Alberta saying. That's not true. That's not true. Aberdeenian Scottish men. Yeah, you're Aberdeenian, yeah. My wife was from Fife, so right there, been there many times. Okay, so welcome. The Aberdeen and the Aberdon. Joodles, this is your lucky day. No wheelchair, I'm afraid. But I can get one. Yeah, this guy's not that good looking. But he's nice. Yeah, be nice. Be nice. Be nice. I was early at the start and now I'm late. All right, welcome back. And thanks for not saying... Leanne, says Joodles. Thanks for not saying I'm leaving. That's one thing we don't do. We don't say I'm leaving. Because I can't handle it. You saw what happened the other day when somebody left. For an hour and a half, I was a nervous, horrible wreck. Do you remember that? It was horrible. And then I posted that, and hundreds of people are watching me saying, you know, let it go, let it go. I want to say that again. Let's be thin and beautiful for Lewis Schaffer. For Lewis Schaffer. And if you're not thin right now, get thin. I'm being thin for you. Hey, Leanne. I'm being thin for you. We love you, Lewis. Thank you, Zingo. And I love you. I love you for loving me for saying this kind of horrible thing. Can I send a picture of my hair? Yeah, you can send a picture of your hair. You can go to lewisschaffer2@gmail.com, a picture of my hair. Can I send? Yeah, send a picture. Send a picture of whatever you want to send a picture to. You know, maybe a picture of a fat you and what you're going to be in the future, or a fat you and a thin you. You know, it makes me happy. It makes me happy when I put up a picture of myself about how fat I used to be. Do you remember have you seen the pictures of how fat I used to be? And people much rather see me be thin. They go, oh, you didn't look that great. You know, you didn't look that great. I'm lying in bed during the fat years, and I couldn't get out of bed because I had gout, I had plantar fasciitis, which is, I guess it means in any kind of time you have an itis, it's usually caused by either way too much overexertion or it's 95% caused by carbs. 95% caused by carbs. What is lesser spotted? You keep on mentioning that. Lesser Joodles. It's lesser spotted. It's lesser spotted. Anyway, it's caused by carbs. Any itis, if you've got dermatitis, if you've got arthritis, if you've got psoriasis, it's itises. Maybe not itis. It's caused by irritations. You were the best headliner. Thank you very much, Zingo. I mean, I didn't try to be the best. I tried just to keep my head above water. You know, I tried to be careful of what I was saying, but I couldn't help myself. Like right now, I'm going on a rant about how Lewis Schaffer needs you to be thin in order for him to love you. I mean, I might love you if you're a bit heavy, I might have sex with you because if you need love, if you got problems with your husband or no husband, and you need love, and you agree with me, I mean, I would. Whether you would want to have sex with me, a guy who doesn't believe in germ theory. Joodles, my messages aren't appearing. Why are they not appearing? I think my phone is also reacting to the lesser spotted. 100% Leanne, says Zingo. What is Zingo saying? Yeah, totally. Yeah, you think? I mean, why? I mean, I did shows. Yeah. Thank you. That's nice. I didn't feel like I was the funniest. I don't think I was the funniest. I thought I loved. I loved pretty much most of the people. Don't read this out. Your right knee is lesser spotted. This is less. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. The beaches here are naturally raw. I've never been to that beach. Okay. Can I just say this? Thank you. Can I just say this? I've been up to those beaches up there, and I remember when I was in Scotland, in northern Scotland, from Oban all the way to the top to Wick. I was there, and it was some of the most beautiful it was like being in a tropical place. The water was so blue. The beaches were so blue. Thank you, Leanne. I'm by far the funniest. Yeah, I don't know if I was the funniest. I mean, the reason why people thought I was I don't know if I'm the funniest. I just think we need to say things that are on our mind. And that's what I tried to do, is to say stuff that's on my mind. And a lot of people didn't believe it. I remember the time I said that water is dehydrating. And they started to laugh. It was like the funniest thing to people. Yeah. Okay. Because I said it. I said that water is dehydrating. Water is dehydrating. Lewis, can you do me a favor and not read out this message? Oh, well, thanks for nothing. Yeah. You made everyone else funnier. Yeah, because they could react to me. A lot of them didn't see it. They didn't see that I was not making them funnier. They are really funny. But you have to know how to handle something like Lewis Schaffer. Lewis Schaffer's insane. Look, we've been talking here for an hour. I've watched these shows. Are these shows interesting? Is there any kind of news thing? It's just, we got, how many people are watching? It's about 40 people. We're just sitting there watching this thing. And you're being funny too. So, after a while, you'll know. You can say, Old Moorshore Beach is the most beautiful place I've been to in the UK. I'm going to write that down. I never even heard of Old Moorshore. Old Moorshore Beach. Beach, B-E-A-C-H. Never mind sending the photo of my hair. Okay? I'm going to have a haircut. I can send it to you in the post. Okay. We wouldn't come back if we didn't like it. Well, I really appreciate it. I mean, really. You are very niche. Not everyone. Yeah, that's what people say about me. I remember when I came to this country, people said I was like, what is that? What's that black paste that's made from yeast that some people hated? This is so nice. We loved it when you read out the newspaper prices. And then Josh gets on my case. Yeah. I appreciate it. Anyway, they're totally annoying. I mean, the concept of the show is a good show. But the stories have to be not the most serious stories. And then what happened with Israel, they got really, really serious. And people got angry. We loved when you read it. Okay. Lewis, Shanks is here. Did you see the photo Robert Jenrich posted of himself standing in the river? I think he copied that photo of you in the Thames. Yeah, maybe. Marmite, says Kerry. Yes, he might have copied it, but maybe he didn't. It was funny. I went into the water in a suit. I thought it was funny, right in the Thames. It was funny. Niche is very good. It's good if you're in that niche. I mean, maybe I'm like speaking to the audience here. Because I heard lies, as we all are hearing lies. Oh, there's no mass immigration. There's no problem with the Muslims. There's none of this, none of that. Okay? And we know that it's a lie. Is it a lie? It's a lie. The Labor and the Tories are I shouldn't even talk like this. I'm a guest in the country, and I'm saying the Republicans and the Democrats are. No, I don't want to say that. Yes, Judos, we really miss headliners. We do. We miss headliners. I saw that. And Simon was thinking the same thing. I wasn't going to be watching today, but I couldn't keep away, Lewis. Thank you, Steve. Oh, well. I'll have to make efforts to go to my other grandmother's funeral. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, just saying grandmother's funeral would have been funny, but that's quite good. Quite good. I just looked up from my phone at the TV and did all the... No, I'm just showing my chest because I want to go without a shirt on. Because as I'm getting thinner, this thing is not quite as... My boobs aren't as fluffy as they used to be. It's to keep your eyes off his knees. I mean, I don't think I'm that good looking, really. But I am getting slender, and I know a lot of you like fat men. Or you don't care about it. You like a man with a bit of weight. But that's just the way life is. I want to be thin. I want to be thin. I want all you ladies to be thin. That doesn't mean if you called me up and said, Lewis, I have to lose weight. But right now, I'm a big girl. Can you do me a couple of times? I'll do you a couple of times. Oh my God, do I sound horrible? Why don't you people just tell me I sound horrible? I've never seen such a group of people that seem to have a knee fetish. Because you want to see people naked, really. It's not just men. You know, I'd love to send you pictures of myself naked. There's a picture of me behind the flag where I'm naked. I've never seen such a group of people. Right. Can you do me a couple of times? If a girl asked me that, yeah, if you ask me, can you do me? And you go, well, I prefer you to be thin, but yeah, do you? And I really, really enjoy myself too. But I'm only going to do you a couple of times, and then you got to lose weight. Respect for you being able to do it a couple of times. All right, see, that's a lie, actually. It's a lie. I mean, it's not, anybody listen to the show where I discussed whether it works down there? I mean, it kind of works. Why am I trying to be diabetic free? Because I'd like my thing to work. Okay? I'll send you a picture of my leg. You can if you want to, and I'm just going to lecture you. I'm lecturing you. You are diabetic, Simon Arnold. I don't give a damn. Ladies like it, like the bald, it appears. They can like the bald. Well, the bald can mean more testosterone, bald men. But at the same time, maybe it doesn't. Yeah. But you know what? A lot of times bald is caused by a high-carb diet. Google that. Google baldness and high carb. Google baldness and high carb. The effing charity is hanging out of you, Lewis. Pass the OBE. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? My entire life, because my mother, this has to do with my mother. I shouldn't even say this. She wanted love, and I couldn't give her the love that she wanted. And it was then that I realized women need a lot of love. Even you, Joodles, who is, young and beautiful, needs a lot of love. You need love. You need love. Oh, my effing G. Jess Franco. What did Jess Franco say? Just do that, man. No. Yeah. No, yeah. No, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. 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 Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. We need to give each other love. That's why I'm always saying to you people, it's not up to Lewis to do all this stuff. Because I'll be Me Too'd. You'll say, oh, that pervy Lewis. It's not a joke. Maybe the word isn't Me Too'd. But some girl, when she was like angry at me, and she said, you got to listen to what Lewis says. He's not joking. He's not listening to the comedy act. He's not joking. That's what she said. What are you saying, Jess? Not me then. Yeah, no, you could do that. A lot of men like that. They like bigger women. But in this, we're not running out of food for the next 10 years yet. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen ever, Steve. Is it? You're not pervy, Lewis. It's funny. Yeah, you tell yourself it's funny. When you come over to Lewis Schaffer, you tell me, I thought you were making a joke. And I'll go, Your Honor, I wasn't making a joke. And she knew it. She knew it. She knew it. I am pervy. I am pervy. I want to be like one of those guys. Remember how old I am, so I want to be like a James Bond, you know. But I also want to leave people alone. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. Anyway, can I get it? I'm going to get some water. Can we take a break here? Sometimes pervy is good. Yeah, Claire. Sometimes it is good. Yeah. I want to do you, Claire. Sorry, that sounds horrible. Sounds horrible. I was nearly nunhead last year. You had no nunhead. Nunhead, yeah. Well, that's what nunhead is. There's no headed nunhead. It depends. It does depend who's being pervy. That is absolutely true. With women especially. It is true. If you like the way a guy looks and the way he talks, you'll let him be pervy. Kerry. You need to get out more, Joodles. Or is that me? Is that you speaking to Joodles, Steve Cuff? Okay, I'm going to get some water. Okay? So talk amongst yourselves. So good. So good. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going, Joodles. I'm going, Joodles. Okay. It's the schizophrenia, Steve. All in the same sentence. Okay, I'm missing the point here. Let's get back on track. Let's go back on track. So, here I've got a pill. I'm taking a pill. This is a magnesium. It's not really a pill. It's just a metal. Magnesium is a metal. I take 2 of those a day. These are the pills that I was taking, but I'm not taking them anymore. I fall asleep. And I'm like sitting here falling asleep, and the show is, and you're here. That's not nice. That's not nice. Okay, so what did we talk about today? So I was in the park today. I just want to let you know, what have we done to make our London? Forget about the people coming here and throwing things on the street, and forget about the lower class people who are throwing things on the street, and forget about the rich people who are throwing things on the street, all the different classes. What are we going to do as Englishy, Britishy people to make our world better? And I think what we need to do is we need to go out. We need to go out. Thank you very much, everyone. We need to go out and pick up stuff from the street. Whether you're in the street or whether it's in the park or whether you're walking to get a slice of pizza and you change your mind, we need to pick up stuff. And that's what I do. Every single day I pick up stuff, and every single day I get in 10,000 to 15,000 steps. And so exercise cannot make you thin. Okay? It cannot make you thin, but it can help a little bit. Hello. I don't know. Why isn't anybody giving messages? So I have an app. Do you have an app to see if you're thin, to see if you've walked enough? I've got an app. It says I've walked 8,000 steps, and I'm going to walk some steps afterwards. Okay? Because it's so important. And I don't even need to bring bags, because people throw bags around. And I don't even wear gloves, because I'm a dirty, dirty man. But I come home and I'll wash my hands. But that's what we need to do. We need to pick up stuff off the street. Is anybody against that? Where is everybody, Joodles? It's just the 2 of us. Well, then maybe this is what's good, because Joodles said she wants to hear my voice. So I'll talk to Joodles. Walking is good cardio. Well, all exercise is cardio. Everything is cardio, but yeah, it's good. Yeah, good cardio. No gloves. Yeah, I don't wear gloves. Look at this. No gloves. And Why should I wear gloves? It's been outside. It's been outside. So I don't know. Why are you concerned about that, Kerry? There isn't anything on my street to pick up. Well, you live in a fancy place. Is that true? Is that true? Well, why not walk to the local park? Where are you again, Rosalie? No way I'm picking up other people's shite. Yeah, because you should pick it up because you've got to look at it. Otherwise, you're looking at other people's shite. I'm multitasking. Thank you, Leanne. You're in Berkshire. Is it Berkshire or Berkshire? Yeah, you don't want to pick up somebody else's stuff. But unfortunately, people throw stuff out. And you know what? When I'm picking it up, people say to me, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then they, maybe in their minds, they won't throw it down. It's also the broken windows theory of policing is the more stuff there is, the more stuff will be thrown. You know? The more stuff. And it's a good form of exercise because I'm bending over. I'm going to be rock hard. That's because, okay, I agree, but not liking the look of a mess. South End beaches were yesterday with the whole of Lambeth invading. Not even that, yeah. So, we clean it up. I want to see the crap on Merseyside. I want you want to see the crap on Merseyside. Liverpool's full of old couches and that sort of crap. Well, do you know what? Because our police state government doesn't, whatever you call it, the local authority doesn't care about clean stuff. They don't care anymore. Okay? I got a weak stomach, wouldn't be able to pick up stuff if it smells bad. It doesn't smell bad. It's a wrapper from a crisp wrap. Most of it is crisp wrappers and cans and bottles, and you crush them. It's so easy. Me neither. At Liège, she says, I try my best. You don't want to pick up an empty crisp packet with a used needle in it. You want to know something? This used needle bullshit, I grew up with that. That's like absolutely bull. That's an absolutely bull. You know what? The idea that punctures the skin and one little germ gets in there. Okay? One little germ gets in there. Okay? It's a lie. It's a lie. If you're unhealthy, okay, you will get sick. If you eat bad food, you will get sick if you don't get well. But you don't get, whatchamacallit. They don't care, Lewis. Weeds everywhere. Everything is neglected. Do you watch Bill Moore video? Billy Moore? No. What are his videos? But I'm going to start doing videos myself about how Southwark Council. I pick up rubbish every time I go out. Yes, Hobhod. A round of applause for Hobhod. I know it doesn't stop litter louts, but I feel I can make a little difference in my way. Yes, Hobhod. I appreciate that. And people, when they're seeing you do it, they might feel a bit bad about throwing it away. And it makes the neighborhood look a bit better. And you're getting your exercise. Rinse, reuse, recycle. Jedster says, hey, Jedster. This morning at church, there was human poop on the floor inside the church and all over the toilet where they had missed the bowl. I cleared some of it, and so did the vicar. Want to know? That is amazing. Yeah, to clean up that is amazing. I mean, I pick up dog poo, and I remember my neighbor, he had a problem, and I helped him out. I mean, what else can you do? At least we feel better about ourselves. We feel maybe we're good people. We're helping the world. We're making the world a little bit better place. But I'm going to tell you something else. Let's say you walk past poo, right? You're walking past poo, right? What does that mean? It means you're sitting there thinking, should I pick that, whatever, should I pick the crisp packet up? Should I pick the crisp packet up? I'm not going to pick it up. It's not mine. And then you walk past and you think, oh, wow, I should have picked the crisp packet up. And you lost a chance. Billy Moore is similar to Charlie Veach. Okay, Billy Moore. Billy Moore is like Charlie Veach. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Hey, they used to find people, and they had cameras there in the corner, security booth. Whatever happened to all of that? Because they're giving more money to, I don't know what's happening to all that right now. We all have to to pick around here, all we have to pick around here are blackberries and sloes off the hedges. I don't see any sloes where I am, but I do see plums, basically small plums. Could that be? Southern Council, don't get me started. Yeah, don't get me started. They've really gone down a lot. She is a lady vicar, so good for clean. That's a joke. I think you're making a joke. I used to pick up other people's rubbish, but I ended up marrying one of them, so I'm not doing that again. All right, it's a joke. Hi, lady. Hey, Chris King. This is Ken's. Hi, Chris King. Anyway, Billy Moore is better than Charlie Veach. Okay. So do I, and I look after the bins in the street. Thank you, Jay Evans. In the street far away, people don't realize that the bins are for putting rubbish in. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And there's not enough bins. They don't clear the bins off, especially here in Peckham Park. If I go down there on Sunday, it's a total right around the bins, and it's just all bad. Small plums, they're like this big. They're like small plums. We got a tree here. Hey, Chris. I love plums. But this is what I do. And every time I do this, I feel healthier because I'm bending down. I feel the world is cleaner. Okay? That the world is cleaner. I think, my neighborhood, Nunhead, is better. And when I walk out in the street, I don't go, I should pick that up. I think, okay, just pick that up. Today there was a huge bag of rubbish across the street. I mean, like a proper huge bag, not a little bag, but a proper huge bag of black bag with wet rubbish. And I picked it up. Yeah, Billy can hold his hands up and doesn't need bodyguards. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does it mean? But I think it's a good thing. What is Billy can hold up his hands? Can hold his hands up, and he doesn't need bodyguards. What does it mean? He can hold his hands up. So it's a bit like Charlie Veach. He's a boxer. Says Kerry. Sorry, filthy vape. Yeah, I don't usually smoke it. Charlie Veach, Vince Lee got because you saw him punching that guy. I saw that too. Yeah, Charlie Veach looks for confrontation, is more entertaining than Billy Moore, who wants to help people improve. Yeah, well, we need education in this country. You need to educate both sides. We need to educate both sides. Handle himself. Yeah, he can handle himself. You mean he's a strong guy, Jay Evans? Is that what you're saying? He's making those movies. I never even followed the guy, Charlie Veach, but he's like, I guess, a big star. He's like a big star. He's like the guy Charlie Kirk, a bit. One of my favorite people. Okay, so that's what we're saying. We're saying that about that, which is, Lewis Schaffer picks up rubbish. I think we could pick up rubbish. I don't think. The idea, if you touch, first of all, if it's been thrown away, it's been sitting out there for a while, let's say, it's not dirty. It's not filled with salmonella, and salmonella is not dirty. It's not filled. I adore Charlie Kirk. Yeah, me too. He's great. It's not filled with E. coli and stuff like that. If you put it in your mouth, if it's wet and you put it in your mouth, you could get sick. But generally, no. Generally, no. How's that? Generally, no. I don't agree with everything he says either, but he's like, he takes all comers on. I'm not religious, and he is. Charlie Veach used to be on the Jolly Heretic podcast sometimes. I never saw that. Someday you'll say, you know what, I used to watch the Lewis Schaffer live stream when it first came on the air, before he improved it, before he changed it, before people discovered it. Basically, you could say that. So, I don't believe in germ theory. Spoons. What, pick it up with spoons? Don't tell them that, Lewis. If it's wet and you put it in your mouth, you can get sick. Yeah, I believe that. You're like Joodles for writing down the funny bit. Yeah, if it's wet and you put in, even dry food, dry stuff, dry stuff could make you sick, maybe, but you need to eat stuff. It's not one little drop. Yeah, Judah's like that sense of humor, Steve. Don't tell them that if it's wet. Don't tell them that. I'm telling you that. Why can't I tell them that? Steve Cuff. Don't tell them that, Lewis. If it's wet and you put it in your mouth, you can get sick. Yes. Why shouldn't I tell people that? They know that. I've neglected watching Billy Moore because I'm watching you instead, Lewis. Thank you, Kerry. Thank you, Kerry. Maybe the shows are on too long. I mean, we're doing, these shows are 3 hours a day. We've done 33 shows. That's 100 hours. So if you miss one or two, you can be all right. Here's a story for someone on Far Too Much Charlie. The guy who used to do the 4 to 7 show on the radio came into the studio one day, and while I was doing the weather, Jewel says, here's a story for someone with Far Too Much Charlie. The guy who used to do the 4 to 7 show on the radio came into the studio one day, and while I was reading the weather, what is it? Charlie Kirk is good. He puts himself in some hostile, outnumbered situations, but he debates without fear. Yeah, I like the guy. Lewis is such an innocent. How am I being an innocent, Lucy? Lewis and Charlie both search for garbage in different forms. Yeah, he's talking to people, and they're saying the most shockingly horrible things. Thank you, Simon. Veach does stay within the law, but should be more cautious. There are always nut jobs who want to harm them. Yeah, well, I'm not like him. I'm afraid. I'm saying stuff here, but I should be afraid. Okay, I don't know. I'm missing sort of like what's been said right now. I'm missing what's been said. What is being said? What are we? Aren't we? Well, we don't. You don't even need to search for garbage because there's so much garbage in the world. Yeah, like even Peckham Rye. Look at all the stuff in Peckham Rye. You go into the bushes and there are all the bottles. They've been there for a while. What do you think? Do you think they've got human stuff on them? The bottle cans? No, it's not. I'm not afraid of that at all. Okay. What you didn't want to put it into one message, Joodles. Okay. Did the second message not land? No, it didn't land. It didn't land. Can we find out why messages are not landed? Oh, look at that. Passasato, number 1, has subscribed. Can we all subscribe, everybody? I can't see it, Joodles. Neither can I. That's what Lucy says. So let's go if we haven't. Subscribe now, please. Subscribe now. If you know, like the thing. Like the thing. No, I have seen hedgehogs. 903 subscribers. I haven't seen hedgehogs in Peckham Rye Park. I see lots of foxes. I've seen a dead hedgehog in Camberwell New Cemetery. So I've watching it. Chris King has a question for Joodles. Who was? Oh, he came in. Was that a joke about something? 100 views before you send part 2. People get sharing. What does that mean? I don't know. What about haggis? Okay, I have to take a 2-minute break. Okay, I have to take a 2-minute break because I've just hit a wall. Mike Shepard, is that welcome to the show, Mike. What about haggis? I love haggis. I'll be right back. Hello. I had to get some cheese. Don't know if I've eaten enough. Thank you very much, Leanne. Does anyone here watch Three Speech Podcast? Lewis was on it a couple of months ago with Leo. Yeah, it was good fun. Leo was great. We were live, so I couldn't even say anything. What did I miss here? We were back to Haggis. I'm eating some cheese. Do you mind? If any of you want to eat, you can go eat something. But I can't eat. Why can't I eat? I can't eat. Of course I can eat. I saw a baby hedgehog last night in my garden. Then I accidentally trod on a frog. Yeah, well, at least there's some wildlife. Okay. Kiss King says, Joe, are you watching the tennis? Okay. We were live streamed, so I don't know what we're saying here. Let's get back on track. Good pair. I'm a good pair with him. And watch Leo's. He's so articulate and so good. What was a Frenchman doing in a garden? A frog. That very funny, Chester. I mean, hedgehogs are protected in this country, are they not? They're protected. They're protected. They're protected. All right. So here's something else I wanted to discuss. Oh, my blood test. Is anybody interested in my blood test? Probably not. Yeah, I might have that thing. What is Bovier in it? What is Bovier? I looked it up before. I forgot what it is. I don't like it. I don't normally eat cheese. Like this is cheddar cheese, but I'm a bit bored with I'm a bit bored with eating regular cheese. What I wanted to do is I wanted to show, because I've got the app. You can't even see the app, but I've got the app. We've got the app. Arla, don't go anywhere near Arla, which is in every supermarket, own brand milk and butter. I've heard that, Choodles. I've heard that, yeah. Oh, it stops yeah, how horrible is that? We're stopping cows. We've got less big fauna in the world than back in the whatever, when 200 million years ago. Cheese gives you vivid dreams that you can remember. Yeah, I guess it does. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. No, cheese is good. Cheese is good. Cows farting is good. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Is everything fine? Everything is fine. Sinner Alcaraz sets one set all, and Sinner serving for third if anyone's interested. Okay, have you had any more Lewis dreams, Leanne? Have you? Yeah, you had a big dream about Lewis. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Hold on a second. Let me just see I have to look up patient services, clinical studies, and then it's not here. It's not the right one. Medical records. I mean, they haven't given me the test results, because I'm basically looking for the renal stuff, because I've got reduced renal thing from when I was a diabetic. Crazy. I was just thinking about that. Won't the cows take off like hot air balloons with all that stuff? Yeah. Let cows fart. Let cows fart in the same way they're trying to eliminate climate change. It's so ridiculous. Waitrose confirmed to me that all their own milk is not involved with Bovier cow feed when I asked them. Okay, that's really good. I like the finale. Okay. Cheese dreams, I believe, is a myth. Could be. Like the finale to the Green Wing. Is that movie? Blue cheese can give you wet dreams. These could be not true. If it's true, I'll take it. Let's see what it says. So here we go. The liver function tests. I don't think it doesn't have the Serum globulin. That's the blood. That's the blood. So I'm at 30. I'm normal for the serum. Whatever they think is normal. Total protein. Protein. The protein has gone down. It's now 72. It's not super low. It's considered normal. The number of protein in my blood is 72, which is about normal. Do you know anything about this, anybody? I mean, just go about your business. Serum albumin. Normal. I forget what these things do. I don't even know. ALT, that's a major test. I don't even know. It's down. It's down to 24. It's right in mid range. Right in mid range. Oh my God, Lucy! One of the best series ever. Completely mental. This is what Joodles is saying. It's still on Channel 4 catch up. I highly recommend. What show are you talking about? I have dreams every night. It's weird. No more Lewis dreams. But I had a couple of nightmares. Bring back the Lewis dreams. I'd love to be in your dreams. I'd love to be in your dreams, being a good guy. If Cheese wants to promise Lewis dreams, I'll eat it. Yeah, maybe. Maybe try Cheese. Green Wing. What is Green Wing, Lewis? What is that? Is that show on the 4? What is Green? Now I got to write that down. Green Wing. Green Wing. I'll check it out, Joodle, says Lucy. Green Wing, Lewis. Okay. I might have to check it out. Alt and ALB are not high. Good. Yeah, it's not high. And it actually has gone down. It's not high. I mean, a lot of that is for drinking, right? But you can get that by drinking juices. Fruit juices is really bad for you. So Green Wing was the best series ever, according to Joodle. So you want a recommendation, you go to Joodle's. She will give you a real recommendation. I can compare bloods as we have the same, Lewis, but I have come off the stream, so you're crying. But I have to go. Oh, you have to. Okay. We'll do it later. You'll do it tomorrow. Say, Lewis, can we check the blood thing? I can compare. Okay. It's about 20 years old, Lucy, but still one of the funniest things ever made. Green Wing. To be honest, I think you're great. So, not being mean, but I think your personal health situation is your business. Is it my business? Isn't it your business? Don't you want to be healthy, Joe? Don't you want to see what other people are doing to make themselves healthy? That's the problem with this country. There's too much your business, and they let the doctors just basically say, do this because we're the doctors. So I disagree with you. The stronger the cheese, the better the nightmares. I love good nightmares, waking up dripping in sweat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, as I've gotten older, I've got fewer nightmares. Leanne, according to Steve Cuff, you sound perfect. Bingo Wing. Okay. Michelle Gomez was phenomenal. Was she in? She was in the thing there. I don't even know who Michelle Gomez is. I don't know. So basically, these tests are just AST. Let's see what AST is. 27. It's in the normal range. Let's see if there's any other tests that I could. Okay, how about the full blood count? I will send you a picture of my yellow eye. You can send me a picture of your yellow eye. Michelle Gomez. You would love her, Lewis. Yeah. Okay, Michelle Gomez. Why? I shared my situation recently, and you just said carbs. That's all. Yeah. Cut the carbs. Yeah. Yeah, cut the carbs. I don't even know if you need it, but everybody should cut the carbs. Cut the carbs. But she's Scottish. Oh, is she Scottish? Is that what Michelle Gomez is with a name like that? Or are you saying that to Joe? because I just said cut the carbs. Do you agree with me? Cut the carbs. I think cut the carbs. Cut the carbs. Okay. All right. What else is going on? What else is going on? My son is going to play tennis. We discussed that, I guess. I picked up the rubbish. Collapse of my life, basically. Blood tests. And what can we do to make the show better? Well, we don't have to say anything like that. Is that I was told that people who have Munchausen's, you know what Munchausen's disease? 72-hour water fast. Yeah, that could be good too. That could be Lewis. You're almost rapping that laugh out loud. What am I almost rapping that about the carbs? No, Lewis. Joe's issues is with epidural and nothing to do with carbs. We've all spoken about this before. Yeah, that's true. I forgot. Well, I don't care that much about other people, Joodles. I do care about Joe, but I don't. I think all problems, and I mean pretty much all problems, can be cured with a low-carb diet. But I'll reserve judgment on this. I'll look up epidural. You don't retain. No, I don't retain. No, Lewis. I don't retain. Is Munchausen's caused by carbs? Well, mental illness, Lucy, is caused by carbs. Yeah. But they're saying that people with Munchausen can need can collect disability payments, that PIP thing, because you believe you've got, whatever Munchausen's is. And then they'll give you a car to drive to the doctor. He was Prussian. Yeah. Before, he was Prussian. I don't retain. He doesn't fart. I don't retain because I got no fart in me. When I make a poo, I don't fart. The fart doesn't come out. Tell that to the amputees. Yeah, some amputees. Yeah, most amputees are probably caused by high carbs. What do you think diabetes, the number one thing that people think of diabetes is you lose a foot? Yeah. I know all these diseases from watching House MD. Yeah. I don't know if they're discussed openly, but yeah, all the 90% of amputees are caused by diabetes. I'm sorry, Steve. Chris King. I'm sorry, Chris King. Yeah. I'm sorry. My aunt was diabetic. She lost a leg. She was an amputee. Yes. Sorry. This is like, are you going to... But this is the truth, Joodles. You are nuts, Lewis. Yeah, I'm nuts. It's all diabetes. 90% diabetes. 90%. You see these people. You see, what's his name? Check the color of the stools. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. No, you don't need to. What's that? What about blood clots? Yeah, could be. I don't know what causes blood clots. I don't know, Mike Shepard. What do you think about that? Arla is Team World Milk. Yeah, Denmark. Yeah, Team World. Let's starve people to death by making the food unlivable. Who disagrees with me? Tell me some disease, and I'll tell you that it's caused by carbs, unless it's being hit by a motorcycle accident. But maybe not. A lot of it is indirectly caused by carbs, because what happens is that people eat a lot of carbs. It makes them depressed, and they do reckless things. Why do I have to talk like this every single time? Okay. Why do I have to talk like this? I'm saying that a high-carb diet, here's what it's all about. When people eat carbs, it's telling the body, holy cow, we're dehydrated or we're starving to death, okay? And so this is a bad time, which makes people do reckless things, like alcohol. Why do you have do reckless things when you're drinking? Because the body is thinking, holy cow, this guy is drinking rotten fruit juices. Something must be intense. He better go out and look for food. Look for more food. Be reckless. Have sex with people. That's what it's all about. If you ate a meat diet, you wouldn't be as reckless. Mark Shepard says big food equals big pharma. Yeah, it's all the same thing. Be reckless. That's what they want you to be. Maybe they haven't even thought about it, but it's true. Are bunions caused by carbs? Could be. Yeah. Indirectly, because if you have a bunion, it means your shoes don't fit, which means you haven't been looking after yourself. Because alcohol shuts down your frontal lobe, Lewis. Why does it shut it? It doesn't only do that. It does a lot of other things. It basically tells you, be reckless, drink more. It tells you, get the sugar from the food. You're dehydrating. Are bunions caused by carbs? If your shoes don't fit, they could. It's like I had this wart, sort of. Yeah. Yeah. And warts are caused by carbs. And a bunion is kind of like a wart. Basically, it's an irritation. Have you brought The Body Keeps the Score yet? No, I have not. Let's write that down. I remember you recommending them. The Body Keeps the Score. Yeah. If you've got something wrong with your body, yeah, that's my point. You could say, oh my God, this Lewis Schaffer is insane. He's against, What's your solution for lower back pain, Lewis Schaffer? What do you think it's the solution? What do you think it is? It's low carb, or partially. It's always carbs. You should do low carbs before you do anything else. You have a great name, Charismata, but, you could be on a high-carb diet. Mr. Kipling's pies killed my uncle. He was run over by one of their lorries. It's very funny. Yeah. So Lucy, what did Lucy say that was funny that I missed? Did I see it? Yeah, well, what do you think Charismata it is? Amazing. Yeah, the answer is so simple. Go low carb first. Low carb first. I remember my friend Andrew, he had back pain. He was like in his 30s or something. And he had huge back pain. But he was fat. Lower back pain, and I get some to stand on my back. It could be incredible. It could be a temporary thing. It's like when I had plantar fasciitis. I take a softball or a baseball, whatever I had, and I used to rub it under my feet, and it made it feel better. But it wasn't the cure. The cure is I haven't had any plantar fasciitis in a while, or gout, because I keep track of what I'm eating. Never consume alcohol. I didn't. This is what Simon Arnold say. Carbs also make you want to eat more. They totally do. That's the exact right point. You have one crisp and you're going to want to have a second crisp. You have one bite of banana, you'll have a second. You have one Java cake, you'll have another. So I agree with you, Simon Arnold. So basically, you were saying go low carbs, go high steak. That's what I'm saying. You're wrong. What did Habhad said? Barefoot is good for lower back pain. Since I changed my footwear, I haven't had any. The answer is carbs, says Judel. She's making a joke to Hobhead. It's better to walk in bare feet. You connect with the electricity. That's important. But always go carb first. We're suffering from a plethora of carb foods. I have one crisp and a bottle of vodka, says Chris King. Yeah. Alcohol is great, but it's not healthy for you, even a little bit. Carbs taste great, but they're not healthy for you. Judith is laughing. She's laughing so much. She's a good laugher. She's a good laugher until she gets mad. Then she's not laughing. Okay. I discovered leaning to touch the floor and pushing out hard like you're doing CPR helps ease it. Sitting or standing both works, and you feel clicks. I'll try low carbs though. Yeah, try it, but you got to try it for a couple of weeks, a month, whatever it is. You got to look at it, and then you'll see. I think your diet makes me worry about piles. Oh, Caroline Cooper is here. Good to see Caroline. And this is like this is good. Why piles? I haven't made a poo in 3 days. I'm not trying to make a poo. It'll come out. When it's ready to come out, it'll come out. I shouldn't even be talking like this, but that's like what you're thinking. You're thinking, I need fiber and carbs and all those other horrible things so that the poo just rushes out. And I think that's no. No. Vodka is rotten potato juice. It's not just potato juice. It's rotten. Vodka is carb-free, though technically, is it? No. It's got some carbs in it, vodka. I think a little bit, but not much. But even it has alcohol, and alcohol works very similar to carbs, and it's not healthy alcohol. All that meat, yeah. All that meat and cheese. I don't have to pee. Dear Jesus, Jesus Christ, on a plank. Jules doesn't like when I talk like this. She's listening to every word. Charismata. Leanne had a discectomy a few years ago. Certain positions help in some situations, but not in others. Mine was nerve damage, though. Do you know what? Screw nerve damage. Go low carb first before you have any surgery. What is technically a pile? A pile is a hemorrhoid, right? They're swollen veins that come from pushing stuff out. But also, a lot of it comes from carbs. Oh my God, I'm so boring. Joodles, hope you're writing this down. Are you writing it down? Charismata. Mine is decades of programming games from sitting down. Yeah, could be. But then again, yeah, sitting down, you need to get out and about. What are the rules of life? You need the sun. You need the grounding to the earth. You need the carb. You don't need carbs. You don't need fiber. You need the red meat. Okay. This is what Joodles says. Thank you, Joodles. I don't think many of us that enamored by the vivid description, many of us are that enamored. That should be in quotation marks, or in made to look like it's what do you call that? Whatever it is. It's with the squiggly text. Italics. Your bowel movements or lack thereof. Yeah, people don't like to hear it. But you know what it is? So what happens is you can't make a poo. So you go to the doctor, and the doctor says, oh, you shouldn't eat meat. And you stop eating meat because the doctor said it while you listen to the doctor. Are we really back on nerve damage? Sun, what is that? Yeah, we live in Britain. But you can go out in the sun and look at how, or like me, I go for 10 or 15 minutes a week during the wintertime. After maybe September 1st. Movement increases bowel activity. Not really, no, because I walked 20,000 steps yesterday, bending down. It didn't really. Mine was from heavy lifting, back pain over many years. We're all different. You can hurt your back. That's true. But if your back is not in great shape because you've been eating carbs, so stop lifting stuff and start eating no carb. That's what I believe. Okay? What's your view on carbs, Lud? Swim, best thing for bad backs. It may not hurt it, okay? I don't need to write it down. So Carolyn Cooper says, swim is the best thing for bad backs. I say, lower the carbs. We've been told to eat carbs for decades now. So for me to say lower the carbs, I need to say it a million times. Catherine Wilson is here. Hello. It's okay. It's okay if you joined late. Adds to the surreal experience. I appreciate you being here. We're talking about carbs, Catherine, and back pain. Yeah, this thing is forever on the internet. All these stupid things that I say. It's going to kill my comedy career. People are going to say, I was watching Lewis Schaffer, and it was so boring. Oh, my God, that guy Lewis Schaffer is so boring. But maybe after a month or two, a year or two, or 10 years or two, yeah. Lewis's stools must be the size of cucumbers. Sometimes they are. That's that way, my stools. Yeah. But they're not like one of those stools where you go to the bathroom, then you got to go back to the bathroom, you're going, and it comes out, and it's all Bristol scale 5 or whatever they call it. King Kong's fingers. Yeah. Carbs and back pain. Enjoy. Yeah. You want to have back pain, you have back pain. You eat the carbs, and you'll have back pain. Thank you, Mark Shepard. Where are you from, Mark? 2 hours. Thank you. Thank you, Simon. A poo big will turn back the tide. Yeah, but the problem with I'm being not honest with you, but let's be out there. The problem with the toilets in Britain is in America, they have toilets that are like flat pans, and you can actually see how big the poo is. It like lays in the pans. Berkshire. What's the name? Is from Berkshire too. But here they got tiny little holes, and you've got to like basically aim for that hole, like you're that. What is the jet that whatever, and you can't really get an idea of how big it is. Anyway, yeah, for USGB News, they may pay you time and turd. I've got my own. You know what? If you eat plants, all that fiber causes you to be constipated. I know it. They say it doesn't. Google that. Google fiber and turd. Chris King. Leanne says she's got hypomotility and have to stretch, bend, and push as hard as I can, so it's debilitating. I feel your pain. That means hypermotility means it's not coming up fast enough. Well, you know what? I knew somebody who didn't make a poo for 16 days, and she had a very well-balanced diet. So, you better take a tape measure with you the next time, Lewis. Yeah. I mean, I can't tell. You can't tell. You can't tell how big a poo is, Jedster. You can't tell. Can you tell? I can't tell. I can't tell. Do you like this format where I'm reading off these things? Please, God. This is what Judel says. Judel says. I mean, sometimes I'm just talking because I know that Judel wants to hear me just talk. You better take don't think. Why are we talking about this still? Because it's actually one of the most interesting things that people have is what they eat and how they poo. Aren't you interested in this? I was interested in it. I will not talk about this. Sorry, Chris King says. Yes. Carbs and back pain are okay. Not sure about the poo talk. Well, I'm just saying if you've got a problem, low carb. Tell us about the sexual tension between you and Nick Dixon. I don't think there is any sexual tension. I don't feel him. He's English. You know, all English people are basically gay. But he's not. He doesn't strike me that way. He doesn't look at me that way. I mean, maybe if I lose a couple more pounds, he'll look at me that way. I don't think he does. He's had girlfriends, you know, so I don't think there is that. Is there sexual tension? Do you feel that there's sexual tension, Charismata? Do you think that? Judels is laughing at Charismata. She's always laughing at everybody. She never laughs. She never says, Lewis, that was funny. You never say that. Okay. Steve. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about stools. I like him a lot. I like most people. I like. There's very few of them I like, and everyone knows who that is, and I shouldn't be talking about that. And the carbs. We're not back to talking about that, but we are talking. Is that if you get one thing out of this show, you say that guy Lewis Schaffer would not stop talking about carbs. He would not stop. You think I don't laugh at you, Lewis? Oh, believe me, I do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you probably do. But it's not the right kind of laughing, Judels. It's not the right kind. Anyone like waffles? What you mean, like waffles, the food? Honestly, a panel show with Leo, Steve, and Alan, and Nick would be amazing. Maybe Carrie or Cressida, too. Yeah, it would be great. It would be great. The problem is, no, Caroline, yes, is that what makes the show good is that you know that there's somebody watching who doesn't want us to say stuff. You know that they're watching at Ofcom territory at BBC. They don't want us to say stuff. And you know that the company doesn't want us to say stuff because they're going to get into trouble because of Ofcom and the BBC. What's the right kind of laughing? The right kind of laughing is when you hear me say something and you laugh, but you don't think I'm an idiot. Okay, Lewis, have you ever met any of your TV heroes? Yeah. I met Gary Shandling once. I worked with John Cleese. I didn't even realize he was one of my heroes. I just thought, it's just the British people like him. And then I realized I've seen everything. And Simon Evans too. He's kind of like a hero of mine. I mean, he's not my perfect idea of comedy, but I really like what he does. I like who doesn't like Simon Evans? Okay. Simon Evans, a lot of people don't like him, but I like him. You know, I like him. What did I say something about women? Joe, I didn't say anything about women. I just mean on here, Caroline Cooper, oh my God, duh. Even Josh from time to time. Has anybody come on? A lot of people no. Did we get any famous people? My friend Russ is like a hero of mine. No. Lucy, when we decided we're not discussing that. Rosalie Muir, Simon is my secret crush. There's something very, very attractive of him in a Jewish way. He's half Jewish. I mean, his story is amazing. But Rosalie Muir, he's very well dressed. He's very clean. He's very educated. So he's very smart. He is smart. I like Simon, says Mark J. He's a good watch on Headliners. Not the funniest, but still a good watch. You're funnier, Lewis. I don't think that, but thank you very much. I hugged Simon Evans a fortnight ago, Rosalie. He's a complete darling. But not a good word for Lewis, Joodles. Nothing for Lewis. Simon doesn't wear his knowledge lightly, does he? What does that mean? He tells you that he's smart? Is that what you mean by that? 3, 2, 1, I'm back in the room. Maltese Phil is back. And Chris King's laughing at Lucy. Which Lucy? This Lucy. Okay. I remember seeing Simon on TV years ago. A lefty friend showed me him and even admitted he was good. Yeah, we were all lefties a few years ago, weren't we always? A thinking man's crumpet, Simon Evans. Yeah, he was well-dressed, clean, strong, very smart. That's what girls like. I wish for me. Simon even had Nina Miskow laughing. Yeah, and he likes to make people laugh. And you don't feel like he's like me, who's about to tell you you're an idiot. Not that I ever do that. Okay, Jules. His show is brilliant. Well, you went to see his show. Brilliant. Paul Morris. Okay. Anyway, did you like Nick Dixon? Can we just remind ourselves, if you gotta go, you gotta go. You don't need to say you're going. No one missed you when you weren't here, basically. Or maybe if they did, they'll get over it. Did you like Nick Dixon when he was fat? No, I told him he was fat. You know that, Lud, if you've watched any of the programs. I said, you're fat. You don't need to be fat. Change your diet. Yes, I'm rude. What am I rude about, Joodles? I was rude to you. Was I rude to you? Am I rude? Yeah, I'm rude. I'm rude because I'm saving somebody's life. Nobody told me, hey, Lewis, you were fat. Did you see the pictures of me? I wasn't super fat. I weighed 220 pounds. I weighed maybe 16 kilograms. Okay, don't say goodbye, Joodles. I was weighing 16 kilograms. Yeah, I was fat. So say you're fat. Say, you know what? You know what'll make you feel better? Losing some weight and going low carbs and eating red meat. How simple could it be? A stone. What's a stone? That I called it a stone? Charismata? You got to call things, Lud, smiling. Yeah, you got to call things the names of the country you're in. People, you say a kilo, they say it in pounds. You say pounds, they say it in stone. That's just the way it is. You know, I'm trying to communicate. I'm trying to make it be as interesting as possible. 16 stone, 101 kilograms. Now I weigh 78 kilograms, 79. 1 kilogram is 2.2 grams. Yeah, thank you, Maltese Phil. We're good in this country. We know 3 different measures: pounds, kilos, and stones. So why not? Why should we forget? You said you were 16. Did I say that? Oh, sorry. I weighed 16 stone. That's true. I weighed 101 kilograms. That's right. I'm sorry I made a mistake. I didn't mean to yell at you. That's impressive, dude. Yeah, it to go from 101 to 70. The lowest I weighed was 77. Is 24 times 2.2 is over 50 pounds. Is 50 pounds. Why did Josh get rid of Diane Spencer? I don't want to talk about that anymore. Use your imagination is what I'm saying, which means I'm talking about it. I prefer kilograms. I could never work out 160 pounds, 16 pounds, or is it 18 in stone? 14 pounds is 1 stone. Yeah. I mean, I have to still look it up. I think pounds, I think kilos is probably the best, but pounds are good because pounds are they're smaller. You want to see if but kilograms, and the scales are so good. If I gain 100 grams, I know that's 1/10 of a kilogram. So Lucy, yeah. Why did Josh get rid of Diane Spencer? Pounds are part of stones. So there are only two really. But stones are not, because if someone says, I weigh 8 pounds, 8.6 stone, what does that exactly mean? Does that mean you weigh half of a kilo, or what is that 0.6? What is that 0.6? Yeah, pounds is a Yankee thing. Yeah, we do pounds, but I mean, pounds are the same thing here, so it's not really a Yankee thing. Is it a Yankee thing? I don't think it is a Yankee thing. Do you think it's a Yankee thing? I like that there are 3. Because I'm old and I wasn't raised in this country. I don't know when someone says, I weigh 15 stone. I mean, I know that because I've weighed 15 stone. We would never measure just pounds. No, you wouldn't. You would never measure in just pounds, but Americans measure in just pounds. Well, it's like height. You would say someone is 173 centimeters. And an American doesn't know what that means. We would say you weigh 6 feet. No, 73 is like 5'9" or something. I don't even know. So easy. Pounds are parts of stone. But they're, if you divide a certain amount, let's say I weigh 100 pounds. And you say, how much is that in stone? You divide by 14, and you're left with 6.8. Well, maybe, or something like that. What is the 0.8? Marianne McCara's here. Hello, Marianne. 14 pounds is 1 stone. Yeah, but let's say you weigh let's say you weigh 1 stone. Let's say you weigh one stone 0.5. How much is that exactly, Lewis? A Brit doesn't know what just pounds mean. You have to start doing arithmetic, which I've learned. I don't tell people I weigh 165 pounds. Right. Because you think, that's fine. I'm really good. 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters. Yeah, you got to adjust for this. When they weigh boxers, they say 223 pounds. Well, because back in the day, I don't know. Why do they say that? I don't know. Marianne says Joodles. She's always happy to see people. Yes, Simon. What are you saying? Spencer, is that the Mirror toothpaste adverse? No. Yanks have stuck with the imperial measures, so don't be mad at us. But there's different ways we can do this. Exactly, Lewis. If you weigh 1 stone, you've got bigger problems than figuring it out. Okay, that's a good joke. I like the way Lucy thinks. Decimalization was the start of dumbing down. It was also part of Team Europe and Team World, which is the destruction of this company. Yes, Caroline Cooper. Yes. It's like saying we don't want to have an independent country. We want to be part of Europe. But then again, look at how things can blow up if we don't use the right measurements. So maybe that's important. That's so important. Yeah. So 20 stone here is someone who is 280 pounds. Is that right? That could be right. I got to check it out myself. I'm not even sure. But what about someone who's 285 pounds? How many stones is that? You're not quite sure. How many stones is that? It's a point. It's not quite right. Oh, she's on the Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's good. I like Diane Spencer. I think she had a problem with somebody. You know what it is? Yeah. So 20 stones here. Aren't you from here, Mark? Isn't that what it means? Am I against decimalization? There's always been changes. Look at the money. Look at the money. Okay? Look at the money. The money changed. Whatever it is, threepenny, dupenny, halfpenny, butcher's pound, whatever they call it. Money changes, but the problem is when they change the money, what happens is we wind up losing money. We wind up losing money. It's an interesting question. Maybe we should take a vote. Yes, so turned a gallon into 5 liters and charged for each liter more money. Yeah, more money. That's what they do. It might have helped a little bit, but 20.1 stone or less. No, 185 is not. It's not 20.1 stone. It's a little bit more than that probably. 20 stone, 5 pounds. But when I do it on my math thing, it doesn't. When I do it on my calculator, it doesn't say, Chris. It doesn't say 0.5. I'll show you this. I think I'll show you this. Let's get this right. I think we're going to find out. 285 stone in pounds. That's not right. Whoops, that was wrong. I put down 20 instead. All right, I apologize for that. You probably didn't notice. Of course you didn't notice. So 20, how much weight is sorry. Oh my God, I can't even do this. A math thing, a calculator. Yeah, I'm a horrible person. How much is 285 pounds in stone? I'm not looking at the screen. I have to focus on this. Yeah, it came out as 20.357 stones. 35% of a stone. What is 35% of 14 pounds? 35% of 14 pounds is 14 plus 14 plus 14, which is 30, 42, plus a little bit is 40, 42. Is like 20 plus 5, right, 20 plus 5. 14 pounds to a stone is 20 stone, 5 is 14 pounds to a stone. So 20 stone, 5 pounds is 285 pounds. I'm talking about the other way around of taking 285 pounds, Kinsey, and making it into stone. Why are you crying? Did you ever have the opportunity to handle some threepenny bits? I might have. I went to the London Museum. There was a guy in a booth, and he showed them to me and explained it to me. He was quite nice. Pro-decimal was imperial fractional along with the goods. Pre-decimal, it was imperial fractional along with the goods. Yeah. And you could divide the imperial thing 3 ways. That's why people liked it. You could divide it if you had whatever it is. If you had a shilling, you could divide it by 3 people. You can't divide 100 pence by 3 people. And when the Americans fill up their cars with gas, what does it go by? Good point. Because we call it gasoline. Is that what you're saying, Mark? Anyway, why so difficult? 14 pounds equals 1 stone, 16 ounces to the pounds. But what does 15, how many stones is 15 pounds? without saying the pounds. Stone. How many stones? 15 pounds is how many stone? It's 1 stone, 1 pound. But here, it comes out as 0.357. Maybe it's Google. We should blame Google. Maybe we blame Google. We should do that. 5 pounds. I know it's 5 pounds. Okay. Threepenny was a euphemism for lady parts in Donegal. Wherever you're from, at least. Okay. I'm half packed for holiday tomorrow. Where are you going? Oh my God, let's go with you. I want to go with you. I want to go with you so bad. Don't think I would have managed it without listening to this in the background. Thank you very, very much. I will be putting weight on next week. I can guarantee it. No, you're not. You're going to take the app that Lewis Schaffer recommends, Leanne. Okay? No, you'll have to work harder when I get back. Yeah, no, don't gain any weight. Just eat everything. Just eat a little bit less of it and just try to have the meat stuff. Where are you going again? Okay, Caroline, doubled everything. 5 old pence became 21. Yeah, it became so complicated. And then if you didn't understand it, I don't know, maybe you did understand it. They're going, what are you, so stupid you don't understand how we made these things? No. My dad still tries to explain the old money to me. It goes right over my head. Yeah. Well, when you grow up with it, you can understand it. When you use a calculator, you get a decimal rather than pounds left over. That's the point I'm making. The problem is with the calculators. The calculators weren't designed for old money. They weren't designed. Where is Leanne going? Just tell us where you're going so we can fantasize about this. Okay, because it's decimal. It's not pounds. Yeah. But I don't know. Where are we going? You haven't picked yet. Thanks, guys. A change is as good as a rest. Yeah, it is. It is as good as a rest. The problem is the calculator. I guess you're right, Joodles. It is the calculator. Old money like silver, bronze, and gold. True, 33 1/3 is as close as you get in a 3-way split on 100 pounds. 100. Maths. Someone will have to get a slightly larger the cake in a 3-way split. Yeah. But what if it's not just about that? What if it's 100 and you're designing some rocket engine? You know? And you need 3 equal parts for the rocket engine, and a third won't do. You need a mankini you mentioned the other day and a toothbrush. Yeah, I was given a mankini by one of my many fans. I've added all the rock bars in Barcelona to Google Maps. I wish I was there. Now. I wish I was there now. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's something about Barcelona. It's a bit too big for me. I've been there. It's a bit too big. It's not as many trees as you'd like. It's just like, I'd rather be in a city that has like maybe, like Valletta or something, but not even Valletta or any Rabat. Use your brain rather than the machine. Yeah, I was very good at that. You lose touch after a while. Sinner is the new Wimbledon champion. Okay, is that really the truth? The new Wimbledon champion. Where is he from? He's Italian, right? So how can we be happy? Sinner. News. Yannick Sinner is the Wimbledon champion. Well, congratulations to him. Okay. Sheffield also has lots of trees. Yeah, you want trees, but they cut down half of them. Remember that? They cut them down rather than take care of them. All these beautiful old trees, they just cut them down. And the council had to go ahead with it because the council doesn't care about the people in this country. They don't. They think that the councils in this country think that they've inherited dinner. They've inherited the king Whatever the king got, the counselors want, because there is no king now. So whatever they want. So they become like, yeah, I'm a working class guy, Lewis. And would you be happy? And you would be happy. I'd be happy, but I mean, I know me. I'm not a winner when it comes to betting. I'm not. I'm not. I've lost too many times. I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy. Okay. I mean, were you watching, Chris? Was Chris watching? That infrared light in your bedroom definitely isn't me. Did you send a picture? Steve Cuff. Joodles is giving, Steve Cuff is giving Joodles the lie. The eyes, the lies, the eyes. You don't know. Just because someone's got a bad mirror, you can't rule somebody out. We got to be more loving, basically. Wimbledon, I went to Wimbledon, is great. Leanne, Joodles definitely now, as he doesn't even have his mankini on. I don't know. I've missed something here. Sinner closing in on the title. Is he Italian? Let's find out if he's Italian. I'm going to find out if he's Italian. Do any of you people know? Can say this with definiteness whether he's Italian or not. Yannick Sinner. Yeah, he's an Italian. Let's see where he came from. I think I looked this up before. Where was he born? He was born in South Tyrol, Italy. So it's from northern Italy. That's a German area, which the Italians took after the war. People spoke German. He's made $41 million. He's ninth all time. He's doing so well. He is not. Who even heard of this guy? I haven't even heard of him. He won in 2024-25, the Australian Open. He's won the French Open, the Wimbledon. Oh my God, he's a real winner. He was in the final in the French Open. Jules won $10,000 on a 10-pound scratch card about 2 years ago and didn't even buy the scratch card. Never let me into your raffle. I'll do you all in. Yeah, well, that's amazing. Yeah. And you didn't even buy the scratch card. I'm wearing it now, Leanne. Okay, Bogner. As I can't get on a plane. What does that mean? I'm losing my train of thought in this thing. Now I can see why the Three Stooges were always fighting over things. It was the maths. Yeah. Yeah, there was the one person's the winner, the other. He's Italian. His dad looks mafioso. We don't say that because, and it's northern Italy. It's not southern Italy, and even southern Italy. And southern Italy, yeah. German is my second language too, says Maltese Film. I'll see you all, guys. We could say goodbye to Leanne because she's going on holiday. Time for a break. Everybody go take a break. 5-minute break. Is everyone taking a break? Everybody take a break. 1919. What does that mean? 1919. I don't know. You're going down, son. Take a break. It's break point. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, all right, we're back. We're back. All right. So there we go. There we go. Who knows how many people are watching right now? Let's just check this out. Let's just check this out. Okay. Okay. $34. Okay, 34. 34. This guy Sinner guy. This guy Sinner. He spoke German in Italy, so basically he's a German, but under Italian control. He moved on his own to Liguria in the Italian Riviera to train at the Piatti Tennis Center under Riccardo Piatti. I mean, it's interesting. That area is really, really interesting. Chair to guys. What are we talking about? Alcaraz seems to be a sweetheart, rumored to be dating Emma Raducanu. Spelling, yeah. Raducanu? Yeah. Well, who else are they going to date? They got to date people in the field. In the field. What is Chair TV? Oh, you love the chair. I get it. You love the chair. I get it, yeah. Well, unfortunately, I'm here. I had a bit of cheese. I had some more cheese. And I have some cold water here. I've got some cheese and some cold water. Okay. Is there anything else we could discuss? What's going on? So there's dinner. Dinner, we had cheddar. We had 80. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. We had another cup of tea. Okay. And then we had a teaspoon of sugar. Is that right? Okay. All right. Be careful. You asked for it. I'm going to give it to you. I'll give it to you, Joodles. I'm going to give it. Can you see it? You can't really see. I don't know. This actually is one of the better parts of my body, in a way. And then we had a sugar. And then what else did we eat? That's basically came in, and I had some cheese. And I had some double cream of 50 grams, and I had a little bit of jam. 10 milliliters of jam. So today, I've had 1,291 calories, and I've had 30 grams of carbs. But I'm going to write down because I had some plums in the park. Not that many. But let's say I had 75 grams of plums in the park. To be honest. Can see up your shorts. No, you can't. Can you? Can you see up my shorts? Press your finger to your knee. Does it leave a mark? No. Is that better? Can't. You know what? Maybe the screen can be made larger. Maybe I can make the screen larger. Well, what does that mean, Simon Arnold? I'm blocking the chair, Alan Williams. Okay. Kerry, stop pressing your head against the screen. Okay. I don't know what. I think maybe we should say goodbye. Let's say goodbye right now and just call it a night. I think so. Jules is screaming. She's really happy. She's happy. I think this show has been all right. It hasn't been that great. It's been all right. I think you've been better than me, but I haven't been horrible. Like yesterday, I was horrible. Or 3 days ago, I was horrible. But I've had an all right time. Am I tired? I got nothing else to say, really. I'm a bit tired, but not completely tired. No. I'm happy. I'm basically happy. I'm not miserable. I'm not miserable. You know, I mean, I'm worried. I'm worried about everything. It's a bit hot. I got the fan going on my legs. You know, you're saying you're seeing down my pants. I don't believe that, but that's nice for you to think that. Okay. Yeah, they're hot. Women are hot. What am I worried about? You know what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the state of the world as it is, basically. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about this country. I'm worried about the people living in the country and how we've been lied to. You know, I'm worried if they're going to come after me for the things that I've said. You know, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I'm worried about you guys, that you are not eating enough red meat. You know, the weather can be debilitating. It's not super, super hot in here. But, never worry about what you can't control, Lewis. That's a mug's game. I'm worried about what I can control. I'm basically, I'm worried about it. You got to worry about the things. No, you have to worry. I actually believe that worry is a good thing. You're always worried about the current state of things. Yeah, Kinsey, I am worried. I mean, I know it's not attractive, but I want to scream. I want to, I don't know. You have to worry about relationships that you're in. What do you think Lewis Schaffer can control? I don't want to say even this. What country I live in, whether I sell this place, what county I live in. Who knows? My stuff, getting rid of all this stuff, I could control that. I might not be on this Thursday. I'm worried about this stream because it's like, if you ask me, is it? I'm even afraid to ask this question because it's like, I love to see you as a guest on Lotus Eaters. Yeah, I wish someone would call me, but maybe I'm not that interesting. Maybe they know me. Now they know. This is what's going on in Lewis Schaffer's mind. It's not that interesting, basically. I don't believe you ever really worry. Kinsey. Is it you're talking to Kinsey, Chris King? I mean, I don't know what can I control. I believe that there's nothing you can control. It reminds me with the Mary McCarthy, the great writer. She said, "What can people control? What can we control?" She says, "I don't think we can control anything. We can't even control." She says, "The only thing we can control is whether we move our arm from here to here." And even then, she's not that sure. She said that, and I remember at a thing she said, I don't believe in you can control, but you still want there to be control. Because I can see, I'm saying this in a nice way. I actually can see the future. At least I believe I can see the future. But I can't see the future. But I can see, what makes us think that what's going to happen in this country. Once upon a time, thousands and thousands of people were kidnapped from England and sent to the Barbary Coast. But we don't ever learn that. But that's going to happen again. You highlight what you can when you are on GB News, Lewis. That's all you can do. Even if it's only half in jest, yeah. What can you do? But, some people do survive. It's like those people who saw the Nazis coming. The ones who weren't worried are the ones who were dead, the Jews. And others, a lot of people, if they didn't see the Nazis as a threat, they survived, probably. I lost my stuff trying, and now I just love not to. That's what Leanne says. I don't think we have free will. Is that a question? I'm not sure. I look at my own life and I think I'd like to not be a hoarder. I'd like to get rid of stuff. I'd like to sell the stuff that I have. I'd like to decide what to do. I need but I'm a mess that way. Aren't we all messes like that? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I worry. I'm really worried. I'm worried that, I'm worried. We've done 33 shows in a row. Snap, Lewis. Yeah. I remember when, the quicker we learn this, the happier we are. What is the thing? Exactly, Leanne. Lost my, and now just love not. What does that mean? You try. You're not trying. You're not trying. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe I need to feel everything's going to be okay. Maybe I'm just looking for an answer. Maybe you're right. You're right. I agree with you. I should stop worrying about what we can't control, which is everything. You can't control everything, but that's what we humans believe in. We believe in trying to make things better, which is a form of control. It's always good spending the evening alone with you. Are you alone? With me, you're not alone. I think about you. Chris, I think about you. Simon, I think about you. This is the other one. Okay, very funny. There's nothing we can do. Those donuts in the Commons have that job. Oh, in the House of Commons, the donuts having the House of Commons. They don't. They've been told what to believe, too, and they told everything's going to be okay. And I don't think it is. I don't know. Next week is a new week. I'll see you tomorrow. At 5. Are we going to do 5, or should it be 5:30 and you can watch my TV, my radio show on Resonance FM? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Kinsey says there's nothing we can do. Chin up, Lewis. Yes, 5:30. So I'll come on at 5:30, and you can listen to the radio show on Resonance FM. Okay? At 5 o'clock tomorrow. And then I'll tell you, everybody, listen to this show. Good, well done. And Wimbledon isn't tomorrow. So that's good too. Resonance, but it's RESONAC. There's no H and the Z is an S. Yeah, Resonance FM. You just got to Google it and you can find it. Lewis Schaffer, Google it. Do both live. Well, I can't do both live because I'd have to go down to the studio. And I don't like being in the studio. It's a lot of work for a half an hour show. It's all the way down by Waterloo, where Waterloo meets Southwark. Leanne, you are just too kind worrying about us. We do actually worry about you too. I do appreciate that, and I do worry you. I mean, I'm not here to... I do worry. Don't sound so depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm just winding the show down. Okay? I'm not depressed. I'm just winding... I am depressed. I'm depressed. I'm anxious and worried and depressed. And as soon as I hang up, I said, I wish I'd gone on longer because I don't want to leave you people. I'm with you. I just want to hang out with you people. Okay, the existential crisis part of the show. Yeah, Yeah, a lot of it is existential crisis. I don't know what is going to happen. Are you an existential crisis person, Joodles? I don't think you are. Have a PIMS, and then Kinsey has to mention that. How is that going to make me happy if you mention that? I've got to figure out what I'm going to have for dinner. What I'm going to have for dinner. I'm going to have to figure that out. And then I'm going to have to, maybe I'll go out and walk around some more. I've only walked 8,000 steps. What should I have for dinner? When you can see what's happening and you can't make it stop when it's bad, it's like a worm in your brain. It's so frustrating, yeah. Well, that's what I see. And I see people talking about what's going on in this country and in America, and I just want to shout. I say, can't you see what's happening? You think everything's good. It's not good. But maybe it is good. We're doomed. Yeah, Caroline, we're doomed. I'm not a personal crisis kind of girl. Yeah, you're not. You're a strong girl. You can tell that. I am. You say something bad to me, and for an hour and a half, I'll start crying. We can't talk about what's going on. And then they tell us we can't even talk about what's going on. Okay? We talk around it. Yeah, someone needs to say, this is what we're doing. But I can't even do that. I'm not even from this country. And I'm afraid. And I'm scared. I want to be braver. And people say, oh, Lewis, maybe they don't say I'm brave. What are you, Joodles? A yearly crisis girl. Well, is she? Exactly. She doesn't have a big crisis. I have a personality crisis. You got it while it was hot. What are the lyrics to that song? Do you remember that song, Personality Crisis? By the Personality Crisis. Personality Crisis lyrics. Lyrics. I'm just checking this. Who remembers that song? Oh my God, that guy could get a bigger phone or something. The New York Dolls. Do you remember that? The New York Dolls. Right? Oh, now I deleted it. Oh, that's bad. And I thought I had it. Song by the New York Dolls. Anyway, so we're going to look for that. Yeah. What does existential exactly mean? Exactly. Well, that's what the amazing thing about it is. How do humans think? How are we thinking? Why do we get upset at things, or why are we happy about things? Why are we the only animal species that has a view of the future? That's what it means. Have you ever read Albert Camus? No, I never have. Do you think that might help? Joodles. Albert Camus. Albert Camus. Okay. I lost my stuff trying to control stuff, and now I just don't try and control anything. I can't change. How do you know what you can and cannot change? How do you know that, Leanne? We don't know that. Camus. I should maybe see that. I tend to swerve the crises, H.A., despite the fact I'm in the middle of one. Fuck 'em. Yeah, you're in the middle of one. Yeah. So how do we know? How do we know it's not even going to be a crisis? It could be a total victory. It's just maybe a little extra work or something. Or maybe we should stop thinking about stuff because everything's going to be okay. Our sun will become a red giant and consume the earth, thus rendering all human endeavor pointless. Just enjoy it while it lasts. That probably is not true. Velikovsky is not saying that. Suddenly the electricity that's flowing through space, that's warming up the sun, that then in turn warms up us, will go someplace else. That's what happened with Saturn or Jupiter, whatever. We were part of them. And then the electricity moved somewhere else. Saturn went this way, Venus went out this way, the sun got the light. I lost. So that's that. Are you a member of Free Speech Union, Lewis? £8 a month, and they will provide legal help if you find yourself under the state's gauge. I'm a member of the older person. Maybe I tried to do it on the cheap side. I paid £39 for the year. But I do believe in that. I mean, does it make me happy? I don't know. And now that I'm not really working enough at GB News, I'm not really working enough anywhere. So if you want to make me happy, you can subscribe to this channel. You can like this channel. You can maybe make a contribution to Patreon. But yeah, I should do that. Charismata. Yeah, I should do that. You got lots of charisma. I should do that. What are you saying about the radio show, Leanne? Yes, please. Can we get on Resonance FM? It's a different kind of show than this. You can't. You can maybe tweet me at lewisschaffer.co.uk, but you can't. It's not. It's just me talking and you listening. This is a bit different. A-level French. Étranger. That's my next subscription, Leanne. Yeah, we should. Those French films, 45 minutes of coffee and croissant, says Simon. Me too. Our messages cross Joodles. Resonance FM. It's funny. Yeah, there's lots of interesting stuff on it. And it's real radio. That means it's not like this where you have to make an effort to listen to it. You know, you got to make an effort to listen to it. But it's... Anyway, I think labor are rapidly approaching melting point. Reform is the way out of this, regardless of what people say. They are the best option we have. Well, we need the absolute best option. We need the best option. We don't want the Tories to come back. We don't want labor to come back. What am I saying? I'm not even a citizen of this country. But Charismatic, I think you're right. And reform might be the best, but I think there's not enough open discussion in this country. Maybe there is. Maybe it'll save us. But it's a long way to go before the next election. It could be 4 years. Have you read, Caroline, Albert Camus? What about Albert Camus that's really great? I lost my... Okay. So that's that. I moved it up. Trump's at the soccer match in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Well, that could be a bad sign. Screw soccer. Even though I love soccer, it's the best sport, but screw it. And I played it when I was at uni a little bit, not that much. Good news is my mom voted Tory last election, has now voted Reform next time. That's a canary in the coal mine. Could be, yeah. Could be. Yeah, that's what we need. We need someone who's going to fight for Britain. Someone who's a nationalist. You hate to say it because the Nazis were supposedly nationalists. That's what we need. I don't know. GB News has a lot of information on there. It's worth a subscription. I think it's worth a subscription. Never knew Trump was a Chelsea fan. Is that right? Is that who's playing? What match is there? What match is there? Is that in the Paris World Cup? That's in the stadium there. That's Chelsea versus Paris Saint-Germain. He probably has friends in all those countries. Yeah. So who's winning? Has the game started? It hasn't started yet. Is it 8 o'clock New York time or is it 8 o'clock our time? Is it 8 o'clock? I'm not a Chelsea fan. Anyway, I never knew Trump. Yeah, that's a good joke, Dr. Sexy. No, Phil. What's a proper crisis, Phil? What did you say was a proper crisis? No reform in Northern Ireland. Well, because maybe you're fighting your own battles, but I think, basically, wasn't what's his name a reform candidate? Whatever the guy's name, hearing the U.S. anthem being belted out is awesome. It means something to people. We need our British anthem, and we shouldn't be singing for the king. We should be singing for Britain. God save this country. God save our beautiful country. God save the king if he comes on our side. If he doesn't come on our side, basically. Yeah. I couldn't be. Who are you talking to? Kinsey. Get on there. Be a candidate. GB New. Maybe in 3 years it'll come to Northern Ireland. It has to, because the Irish, the other Irish, they're fighting for their country too. So maybe it's going to come. GB News was talking about British influence on the world after midnight. Yeah. I don't know. Is there an after midnight maybe it was a repeat. Yeah. Britain is Britain, England, and to a lesser degree, the other countries, are the greatest country in the world. They brought They brought America. They brought Australia. They brought New Zealand and even South Africa before. Okay? Kinsey, sign up as a member, and they will mail you if you need representation in your area. I'm not promoting, I shouldn't promote politics, but maybe just see what they have to say. Joodles doesn't like Farage. He also canceled my membership after what they did to Rupert. Political. It was political, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing about, he's basically formed he's formed all of these parties. All of the parties. So, what else? What else? Maybe Rupert will take over. Who knows? Who knows? They totally mistimed the Air Force jets flyover. They didn't fly over the stadium until 35 seconds after the anthem finished. Somebody's getting demoted, methinks. Yeah, could be. But they have the big jets there. Totally, Kerry. But it means he gets in. Anything is better. Okay? You can always dump them if they do. Who can dump them if they don't pull their weight? Yeah, counselors. Yeah, I mean, really, it's yeah. The lady who sung the anthem was awesome. How am I missing this? How am I missing this? That's the C word, isn't it? Who are you saying that to, Joodles? Yeah, I think that's is. But we can't use any curses. We can't use any curses on this thing. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to say goodbye and hope. I'm going to say goodbye. It's the 1930s again. It's worse than that, I think. Worse than that. Worse than that, because there are people in Britain who willing to fight for Britain. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on end stream, and you guys can talk for a couple of minutes, and then you could go over to Discord. Does anybody need help going on Discord? I should have put the thing on Discord. See if you can get an invitation to Discord. Okay, there you go. I love you all. Thank you, Joodles, Kinsey, Maltese, Phil, Mark, Alan, Leanne, Joe, Mark J, Charismata, Lud, Dr. Sexy, Simon Arnold. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Go for it, Dr. Sexy. Go. Not go. I mean, go. Fight for this country. We love Britain. Fight for Lewis Schaffer. Say you love Lewis Schaffer. I always Mark Thorosian. I love it. Love these guys. Love you all. Kerry, good to see you. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow at 5:30.
Yeah.